check and confirm that for me. Oh, that's a sneaky peek of my TED talk. Ah, yeah, there we go.
Do you want me to rename myself?
You're welcome to. I'm gonna stay as presenter and monster mangler because that holds.
Yeah.
Why can't I scroll the damn? How do I? Is it? Oh, it's right click, not middle click to scroll. Why are you just? Oh, what have I done? Ah, please.
I'm constantly pinging Jakub.
Right, if I am live on the internet, I will start talking. Oh god, who's got their audio coming through? Because I can hear... Can you mute the stream, please? Why is it... How do I get rid of this? I'm not very good at Roll20. Some would say I've done it. Yes.
Someone does still have the stream in the background.
Yeah, please mute. Thank you for renaming yourselves, everyone. I
should probably close Minecraft.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
We did a really good job. I was really proud of our little rainbow road.
No,
it wasn't like 100% complete, but...
I didn't see it, so I'll have to investigate on the VOD.
We'll see if Thomas can get some screenshots of it, as they have the world file probably.
Yes.
I mean, it was never going to be a masterpiece.
I mean,
but,
it
was really good. You had like a full hour in the end. I like that you had like a little story to go along with it as well.
Yeah, we had the gay cat wedding. Yeah,
the gay cat.
Because we managed to befriend 2 cats.
Of course you did. Right. I'm gonna briefly talk about. Oh god, that did a thing. I think we're live. I believe we're live. So whilst we're waiting for Jacob, nice. I'm going to quickly introduce this because it's quite different. I can't just say it's D&D because that ain't how it works. So, welcome everyone. Confusingly, this isn't D&D. No, don't go. Stay. This is Monsters on a Cruise Ship, which is a homebrew system based on Apocalypse World, made specifically for this one-shot. We have a collection of characters with us today who are on a reality TV show set on a cruise ship, which is what I've got the lovely, hastily drawn in GIMP map on the screen for. And they're all taking part in a reality TV show where they're trying to persuade, flirt with, seduce. Thank you. That is an excellent word. Seduce the 3 eligible bachelors that
or each other,
probably each other, given how the
test
session went, or the crew, which is also possible and going to be very difficult for me because I haven't planned anything for the crew. I mean, I haven't planned anything for a lot of things, but that's fine. It's fine. Fortunately, I have my notes on a separate window. And I believe they won't show up on Roll20. Because I managed to do the smart, sensible thing. If you have any complaints on Twitch, I probably won't be able to see the Twitch chat for the majority of this. So if one of you guys could let me know if something is on fire, that would be fabulous.
Sorry.
It's all good.
Hi,
hey, Jacob. Cool. It seems like people are here. Am I watching a video or the actual thing? I do not know. It seems like people are having a fine connection, so that's all good. There are my notes. Although, my notes in a limited sense of the word. This is going to be a wild ride in terms of some things and some other things. But, you know, it's going to be fine. If I keep telling myself it will be fine. So, in which case, we will get... I don't think I've missed anything. I should probably say there are rather than D&D's 6 stats, there are 5 stats to worry about. Creativity, which is how creative you are, like poetry and dancing and music. cool, which is how cool you are, obviously, and like keeping your cool in difficult situations, as well as sunglasses walking away from explosions, cool. Confidence, which is your ability to be dramatic and exciting as an entrance, for an entrance and that sort of thing. Clever, which is your ability to be smart and observe things and be like, yes, I know the answer to this quiz question. I know this fun trivia that you'd like. And the person goes, oh, that's really nice. And inside their head, they're like, please stop with the trivia. And finally, charm, which is your standard romantic stat, I guess. The sort of thing where you're like, hey, do you want to go on a date sometime? That's charm. That was, as you can see, my charm in real life is at least a -1, if not multiple minuses. But yeah, I think that's it, unless anybody else has anything they want to say before we start.
I have a question.
Of course.
Since my character is green, does that mean I'm not very creative?
Green, I disagree with that school of thinking, because I really like green, so I think green is a creative colour, even if Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared disagrees.
Okay, thank you.
That's okay. I'm not sure what your creativity stat is, though, and if it's -1, then no, you are not very creative.
Rip.
Rip indeed. Right, let's go then. In which case, so, as I said on the chat, we've got, we had the dress rehearsal, where you all turned up in this fantastic, huge cruise ship, and you got to meet the cast and crew of the show, including, that's a doorbell, I will leave that alone, including Freya, your host, and Monica, who is sort of like, I guess if Monsters on a Cruise Ship was a society, Monica would be the vice secretary, and Freya would be the president, but regardless. And you met with them all, you had a nice chat, you had a disagreement about who the best person was, and then you all went to bed. So, just making sure that Discord's still okay. Is Discord still okay? Anyone?
Yes. I
Yeah.
think so.
Good. Sorry, I'm aware that my internet connection is not amazing, but that's okay. In which case, you go to bed. Wake up the next morning. You have breakfast in the DIY restaurant on floor -1, I think, or was it -2? I haven't got the map up because I also want my notes at the same time, and there are so many things that I just have.
I thought you were going to say breakfast in bed, and I was about to get really excited
No.
because I do enjoy a good breakfast in bed.
I'm sorry, you have to do breakfast in the restaurant like everyone else.
That's right.
It's a buffet though, so
Okay.
you get all the food that you want. Like it's making sure you have a hearty breakfast before all of today's exciting activities. All of the cast and crew are there. It's a pretty quick breakfast because you've got to start the show and you've got to start filming. We've only got the cruise ship for a couple days, so not much really happens. But then, more importantly, you head up to the ballroom on floor 2 for the start of the show. So, to give an idea of what the ballroom looks like for everyone at home, I will read out my description of it again because we did this during the taster session, dress rehearsal, and that's all good, but it's not very helpful. So, it's a big ballroom, sort of like the Strictly Come Dancing ballroom, except it's square rather than rectangular. As you can see on the map. Oh, it's close enough to square. Shut up. There's a large stage on the right side. There's a big screen behind that where you expect there'll be the sort of, like, you saw it very briefly in the dress rehearsal there, the big dramatic graphics and all that sort of thing that every good reality show has, or every good quiz show as well. Like, it's a theme of shows in general, that sort of thing. There's a number of tables and chairs to the sides, but they've deliberately been cleared away to make space for the dance floor at the centre. So you have enough space to dance and, like, actually talk to people rather than just being... It's not like the restaurant where there are loads of chairs in the places. Nailed it. There's also a house band next to the stage, on the left of the stage, which is playing just very quiet, sort of jazzy music. the usual stuff you would expect from sort of like an evening party, even though it's morning. But remember, this is show business, so for all the viewers know, this could be any time. I missed that. Sorry, Jacob.
Interject real quick.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that we can't see the ballroom on the map. If we should be able to, it might be covered by the.
I would recommend looking through Roll20 rather than through the. Oh god.
No, this.
This is the
audience.
stream. Feck, because that's I can't drag it any further to the right.
Can
you
you not
scroll out?
zoom it out? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. I can't.
I mean, you should be able to zoom out the whole screen, right?
Yeah.
What, zoom out the whole screen?
No,
No.
no.
Like you just did.
You should see like top right, just to the left of the chat. You should be able to see a slider that's literally has like minus and a plus, and it has 100 on the top or something. You can move that up.
Is this OBS or in Roll20?
No. This is on Roll20.
Okay. Where's the slide?
No. You had it.
What, in the zoom tool or in the page toolbar?
Right. No, to the right of that. Just to the right of that. But no, between the blue thing that you're clicking, and the chat.
Got you. This zoom bar.
Yes, you got it.
The only
There you
problem
go.
is it's now real small.
I mean, you can adjust it.
And then.
I mean, it's still covering the ballroom section.
Yeah.
Because it aligns it to the left of Roll20. You're never really gonna.
Right. What I'll do then
really
is
gonna see
I'll
it.
try and fix this in a bit after we've done some descriptions. Apologies for that, chat. I'm not very used to this, but that's okay. So, ballroom. To the right of the stage, there's a little house band playing that sort of music. Like, you could probably talk to them. They seem perfectly friendly. And then on the side, on the other side of the ship, on the other side of the ballroom, facing out of the ship, there's like a balcony that you could go onto and just generally enjoy the outside. And yeah, there's gonna be a few more. So Freya then sees that you're all here and walks over and goes, fantastic, welcome back. For everyone at home, Freya is the host of the show. She's very, very charismatic and also quite hot. Anyway, and she comes over and says, we'll start filming in a few minutes. If you can just mill about, talk to some people, just generally enjoy the area, that would be grand. So, what would you all like to do?
Should we introduce our characters?
That's a really good idea. Yes. So can we go round? We'll start with Eris because I've decided so. Can you
hang on. Okay.
Can you just briefly introduce your character? There'll be a big dramatic introduction for your character for the actual show in a bit, but for now, just like a general "who are you? What do you look like?" sort of thing.
Alright, so I am playing Eris Stormbringer. She is a dragon, that is her monster type. She's specifically a storm dragon, so she likes stormy weather, she likes swimming, all of that business. She's a big workout buff. She's very muscly, very tall. And yeah, that's Eris.
Cool. Let's go with Harrison next, because that's the next name I remembered.
Harrison is a recent addition to the Monsterverse, I guess you could say. Only recently getting lycanthropy, so he turns into a werewolf at night. He used to be a bit of an actor, a bit of a thespian, if you would, but has since had to sort of change his lifestyle a bit since becoming a werewolf. He's super confident, a little bit charismatic, and very cuddly. So hopefully he'll be perfect for this show.
Cool. And then Valerie?
So Valerie see is Gorgon. She's usually, kind of a bit nervous, looking around with like a sort of shy gaze, as if she both really wants to and really doesn't want to be where she is. She's usually avoiding the spotlight. She's got, sort of strands of hair which fall out into snakes that are usually just either bickering with each other or talking to her. She's got a keen eye, so, she's very clever. And she's got this sort of, cutesy charm to her, but she is not very, she's a bit, easily spooked, easily, flustered, not very confident at all.
Brilliant. And finally, let's talk about Leo, please.
Cool. Leo's a witch, very cheerful. And yeah, she's more the nature kind of girl, and not very used to the big city stuff and the big cruise ship that you got there, but in general, just very cheerful and happy. That's her.
All right, so you're in. Let's do a quick description. So you're in the ballroom, as has been said, and I finally fixed roll 20. Yay! Oh god, I'm so bad.
Huzzah.
Anyway, you're in there. There's you four standing fairly near the entrance. Freya now, like after her brief hello, great to see you, is just near the stage, sort of just doing some very, very final preparations. There's now an audience. They're just sort of seated around the outside. They just sort of exist there. They're not really doing much, talking to each other. They're excited. There is a general atmosphere of excitement in the room. There's the three eligible bachelors who are sort of coddled, are in the same place as are grouped together with Freya near the stage, and then all of the crew are generally tending to their respective tools of the trade, I guess. So Drissen, who is the stagehand witch who I introduced during the dress rehearsal, is like checking around the room and making sure that nothing's going wrong. Towel, the camera person, they are armed with a camera and pointing at the stage and ready for Freya's big entrance. Mort, the special effects guru, is near Freya, preparing her for her grand entrance number 1 of about 50, let's be honest. And have I forgotten? Oh, and Kratos, the little kobold with the broom taller than he is, just is milling around like Drissen, making sure that everything is clean and spotless and ready for the day. So, what would you all like to do in these brief few minutes before a dramatic entrance?
Oh, does it have to be dramatic? I mean, can we just I
mean, you're not the one doing the drama, per se. It's more Freya dramatically introducing you.
Oh, great. This is fine.
It'll still be dramatic, though, don't worry.
You'll still be in the spotlight.
Yes, that's a very good point.
Oh, great. That's fine. That's great.
Do you want to stroke Cookie for a bit to just calm you down?
You didn't mention that in your description, so you could probably briefly say the most important character.
Yes, I have a cat. He's called Cookie and wears a pointy witch's hat. It's a very good cat.
Yeah, unfortunately, I couldn't fit Cookie in the icon.
That's fine. Small black cat. I pick him up and offer him to you.
Yes. That's gonna sheepishly take the can and start petting it. She likes animals.
What? How do the snakes feel about the cat?
Ooh.
So probably one of them is immediately going to, hide behind her head and start hissing at it. Most of them are like varying stages of hostile, but they're used to animals because Valerie likes animals, so they're not attacking it. They're just cautious, like a hiss. Guys, calm down. It's just a cat, and he's also very adorable, and I love him, and he's my best friend.
That is true. Those are all true facts. Cool.
I guess in the first few minutes, Harrison's gonna nudge everyone else and say, "Hey, you guys done anything like this before?"
Who are you talking to then, in particular?
Just the group of us four.
Oh, okay, sure thing.
Yeah.
Then I'll let everyone else answer that because it's them.
Can't say I have, honestly. Have you?
I mean, it's the first time I've done anything this big.
Have you done anything like this on a smaller scale before?
I used to do a little bit of theatre when I was younger, but yeah.
What happened to that?
Lycanthropy happened to that.
Well, you mean you can't? Can you not act and be a werewolf?
Well, usually theatre happens, late in the evening. I could do matinees.
Ah.
Amazing. And with that, then Freya, the crew sort of seem to stop and get ready and all of the people who aren't filming just get out the way. Freya's at the side of the stage with Mort getting ready for the dramatic entrance. The other three, the three eligible bachelors who will be introduced soon, are at the side or at the side of the stage getting ready to come on stage, and you are beckoned towards the side of the stage as well with a general call from direction of, please can all the contestants come towards the stage, please?
Sure.
Yep.
Marching order, guys. Who's going first?
Yes, that's important.
Not me.
Harrison will stride in with confidence if he can.
Yeah, Leo
Cool.
will also follow happily. Skip
I-
over.
Are you carrying the cat, just to confirm, or is the cat walking with you?
He's walking with me now.
Okay, cool.
Oh, bye.
Eris is gonna gently take Valerie by the shoulders and put her in front of her and just kind of gently walk her onto stage.
Amazing.
Wait. Well, sorry, I missed it.
You're being
I'm-
carried.
Well, not carried as such, just gently maneuvered onto the stage.
Amazing. In which case, with everyone in position, the lights go down. A voice appears over the intercom. Heroes and villains, friends and foes, lovers and others. We've got a treat for you tonight. For the first time on Supernatural TV, please welcome our host, Freya Fester. She runs onto the stage. She lands, she pivots on her right foot, doing a full 360, and glitter appears, which obviously Mort must have thrown onto the stage earlier. The audience applauds. Kratos is now on sign duty, so he's holding up a little sign saying applause near the side of the stage so everyone follows the instructions properly. And, yeah. She's just on the stage now and looks at the camera with a mic in her hand and goes, "Welcome everyone to Monsters on a Cruise Ship, the amazing reality TV dating show with 4 contestants, 3 eligible bachelors, 2 days of fun, and 1 cold dark ocean that they get thrown into if they fail." Woo! The audience applauses again.
Wait.
Hmm?
Never mind.
Okay,
Sorry.
cool. Right. Let's meet the contestants and bachelors. And the lights go down again, except for a single spotlight, which sort of does the cool spinning thing you see at the start of shows, and points straight, and is ready to point straight at each of you. So we'll start with, let's introduce our contestants. She's got claws aplenty and is ready to set your stormy world on fire. Please welcome Eris! The spotlight appears on Eris, the camera turns, everyone's applauding. I assume you do like a cool pose or something.
Eris is gonna beat her wings a bit and give a wave.
Oh, very nice. Next, we have... She's a cheerful, nature-loving witch with her cutie of an animal companion. Please welcome Leo and her cat Cookie. The light moves, camera moves, applause.
I finger gun at the camera.
Excellent. Next, she's a party of 9 and is also quite fine. Please welcome Valerie. Rotate, camera spins, lights moves.
Hi. I'm gonna give like a little awkward wave.
Amazing. And finally, our final contestant. He's all strength, all cuddles, and ready to rumble. Please welcome Harrison. Light changes, moves.
Harrison will go into a very deep and over-the-top bow, very flamboyant, and then maybe like in midway through the bow, he'll like look up at the camera and give a smile.
Beautiful.
Cheeky.
That's very nice. I like that a lot. With that in mind, let's talk about the show, says Freya, holding the microphone this time like at a 45-degree angle pointing upwards, as if she's doing bad karaoke. So, as I said in the introduction, we're going to have 2 days of fun with a set of challenges. You'll get some time to waltz around the cruise ship as well if you want. And all you have to do is leave with a date, or end the show with a date after these 2 days. We'll be keeping track of your progress using the patent pending relationship-o-meter, or ROM for short, which is all on your character sheets. And you'll have the chance to romance 3 fantastic people that we have managed to find. Definitely not the last minute. She looks at Bill, who, if you remember from the dress rehearsal, was literally added at the last minute for the benefit of the people at home. But with that in mind, we should talk about our 3 eligible bachelors. So she does the cool lights thing again, and the light appears on Melody. She says, "Please, she's a fitness trainer you've seen way before, and she's ready to steal your heart at 100 miles an hour. Please welcome Melody Fawn." So for the people at home, Melody Fawn's a ghost fitness trainer. So she's sort of got poofy, like, you know where ghosts normally have the bottom bit being poofy? She has the top bit being poofy as almost like long hair. She's wearing this big denim jacket and this wonderful flowery dress, and is pretty buff, not going to lie. The camera turns to her. She looks on, like, sort of does a wink at the camera. If you've seen any of her shows before, this is basically her trademark act, winking at the camera. She's very, very big on it. Next, you may remember their band's hits from way back in the past. They're from Monster Rocks. They're very goth. They're still down to earth though, and they're looking for love. Please welcome Noir Abel. The camera turns, light down, and you see a vampire musician. They're wearing all black. They've got a big sun hat in black, of course, to avoid the sunlight because they'll be outside a lot. Fishnet stockings, black shorts, black blazer. Hair is just shaved to one side. They look very cool, basically. And finally, we have a special guest. Bill here was a technician on our show, and he probably still will do the odd job, but we here at the crew think that he deserves love. So we would love to introduce to you our favourite technician, Bill Sparks. Lights, camera. He's wearing a white shirt and a bow tie and utility dungarees with about 50 different pockets on the front of all different sizes and shapes. If you need anything, Bill will probably have it in some capacity. He sort of looks nervously and shyly at the camera like, he's very, very, very out of his depth. Is probably an accurate summary of Bill's demeanour. So,
Bill is lights, camera, action, if you know what I mean.
Oh my god.
This is going to be a whole stream, Finnbar. You can't be complaining already.
I know, but I'll keep the oh my god counter going. Currently it's at 1. But yeah. Bill, do you say this out loud to him?
No. This is just a thought.
Okay, cool. Maybe you should say that to him later. I'd like to see how he reacts. So, Freya looks directly at the camera again. The camera and lights are on her again. We should talk about our first challenge for this morning. Now, we had a bit of a short dress rehearsal, so I felt like we should have a bit of extra time to prepare and make sure that the contestants and crew all feel at home with each other. So, with that in mind, we're just gonna let you explore for a bit. I have some things to deal with, some bits of budgeting, nothing too serious. So I am going to go off and deal with that. While I'm away, we'll all be filming, obviously. Just go talk to each other. Ask each other, like, what your favourite colour is and what your favourite music is and your sort of hobbies and that sort of jazz. By the way, I'm locking the doors and there'll be a quiz at the end. At that point, Drissen, the essentially the assistant director kind of person, goes, cut. Freya walks off the stage and you are left there on the stage with the 3 contestants at the other side and the doors lock.
So what, are we just in one room?
Yep, you're all in the ballroom right now.
What's there around, like, apart from the 7 of...
Sure. So there's a bunch of tables on the outside, a couple chairs. The waiters have started putting food on those tables. Just little bites because you've just had breakfast. What else is happening? The audience is still there, but they're just patiently sitting to the side. Some of them have popcorn. What else is there? The balcony is still open, so you can go out there and just sort of look at the outside. It's fairly... The weather is okay at the moment. It's exceedingly okay. All of the characters you expect are still there, so as well as you 4 and the 3 contestants, the camera crew, special effects, all that are still there, and Monica is near the side of the room as well, and she's heading towards. She's heading to talk to Tal, the camera person.
Eris is gonna go to the balcony and take a look out over the sea. I assume it looks outside, right?
Yeah, it looks outside. Yeah. It's the if you look on the map, it's south.
Yep. South. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's labelled specifically, so you can definitely look out on the sea on there. There's the sea exists. It's quite a nice sea. I see what you did there. It's as I said, the weather is okay. It's a bit windy. It's not particularly it's not pleasant weather. You don't like if you went on a cruise ship in real life, you would be, or if your opinion of cruise ships was entirely dictated by the adverts you see of them, you would be sorely disappointed.
I mean, Eris doesn't mind this kind of weather. I don't know about anyone else.
Valerie is immediately going to, if I can steal the spotlight for a little bit,
of course,
is going to immediately start heading towards the food.
Sure.
You know, start picking up like all of the sweet things. Like, you know, filling the hands of them. And while she's doing that, one of the snakes is going to pipe me. She's going to say, hey, what are you doing? I'm getting food. No. Listen, you think I didn't see that goes go over there? What? You think I didn't see that? What do you mean? I wasn't eyeing anybody. No one. Yeah, don't know what you mean. Hey. I'm basically, okay? You can't lie to me. I can't lie to you. I know you want that go the muscles, and I know that you just want to make it down. Okay, shh. They'll hear you. No, listen. Why are you here if not to find the love of your life? And the another snake is going to pipe up and start watching. As she said, well, I mean, yeah, but what? I can't just walk up to her. And a third snake is going to say, dear, of course you can. Like, this is like a dating show or something. You know, it's like kind of what they expect you like to do. And she's like, yeah, but like, I can't. And then the second snake, the one I mentioned before, is going to say, listen to me, soldier.
Does the snake slam the table?
Yes.
Okay.
If you want to be a donor, do you want to be a doer or do you want to be a donor? If you want to get that goal, you have to put yourself out there. No, sorry. Do you think we started on the cold hot beaches of Vietnam? We were born 25 years after Vietnam. I did not throw a back dog, soldier.
Oh god. I assume that snake has given itself a very slight concussion because I assume the only way to bang the table is to literally, as a snake, is to fling yourself at the table.
Yes.
Cool. Alright, slightly concussed snake, but you successfully get some of the food. Good
And-
job.
She's Varys like, okay, I get it. No, can't get it. You're gonna go out there and you're gonna put yourself up go because you can do it. And Varys goes like, okay, I can do it. You can do it. I can do it. You can do it. I can do it. You can do it. And then she's gonna start walking towards the ghost girl, and sort of in that haze, she's gonna walk up to her and scream, "I can do it!"
So you've just screamed at Melody.
Yes.
So Melody gives you like that sort of what kind of, how can I describe this? It gives you the sort of look of like that sort of trash look. That's the look of she knows that you're garbage kind of look.
Oh, that's so mean.
She just like she's the sort of like Melody has been on sports shows forever. She's as competitive as anything, and she will not take second best. And as a result, she's just looking on at this quivering snake girl and going, "What?" Kind of like the school bully almost.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that Valerie can do a better withering stare than Melody can, if you get what I mean.
Almost certainly. Have you got anything you want to do to that, Valerie, or are you just sort of shaking?
She's gonna compensate. And then like a fourth of the snake is going like, "Oh, this is over. This is totally over. We just screwed it. We just screwed it." But shh. I just wanted to say hi and ask if you'd want to maybe chat a little.
She like the trash look that she had on her face sort of melts a little bit as she basically, you can see her looking at your snakes and going, "Oh, some of them know what they're doing." She's very appreciative of like the drill sergeant snake and the ones that are confident and competitive. And she's like,
the drill sergeant snake is going to be staring daggers at her.
"Oh, excellent!" Like that's the sort of look I'm sure she would be very happy with. She thinks about your request to chat briefly and goes, "Sure, let's chat. It'll be nice." And with that, let's quickly do other characters, just so everyone gets a turn. What are you doing, Harrison, in this situation?
Well, I think after seeing two people walk away from, like, I guess the little group that we had going on the stage, he'll probably try and start up a little bit of a conversation between everyone and say, "So, what do we think this quiz is about?"
Okay. To get everyone's attention, I would like you to roll confidence for me, please.
Oh, lovely.
You'll have to read out the roll to me because I'm not keeping an eye on roll 20.
Yes. Oh, that's a 5. Oh dear.
Ooh.
Oh dear.
Ow.
So you try your best to you say exactly what you said. So like,
Yeah.
What's this quiz about then? Dead silence. Nothing. Like nobody bats an eyelid. They're in their own worlds. You obviously just weren't loud enough or assertive enough to get that information across. Which is a bit sad, not gonna lie.
That's a bit awkward.
It is.
Seeing that no one's responding, Harrison will be like, "Well, if it is about our favorite colors, my favorite color is a nice turquoise. So
That is a
you can all
good
write
favourite
that down."
colour. I'm actually writing that down in real life because I feel like this might be important. Except I can't spell turquoise. I spelt it turquoise. But okay, that was cool. I enjoyed that. Let's go to Leo then, just to keep rotating. What's Leo doing in this situation?
I mean, she did hear Harrison, so because it was awkward, and she wanted to have like a more calm atmosphere, she's gonna come over a bit more to actually have a conversation, and also ask the eligible bachelors whether they want to come over too. And then, do you want to, come? And then she gives a little head nod towards Harrison. And then,
So you sort of beckoning at the eligible bachelors?
Yeah.
Okay, so...
I want to have a special eye on Bill.
Okay, that's cool.
Because he's very shy.
Melody is busy, I think it's safe to say. So we'll stick with Noir and Bill.
Yeah.
Bill's very happy to come over. Like, Bill doesn't really know what he's doing, as has been said, so he's just gonna be like, okay, someone to talk to, wonderful, I can do this, I can do talking, and walks over to you. Noir, you're gonna need to put a bit more effort into. So, like, I think...
I'll send Cookie over.
Ooh.
To, like,
Ooh.
Get tangled up between their legs. And do you want to know Cookie's hobbies? I wrote them down. They are being cute, muzzling, being cozy, and guilt tripping.
Cool, you can definitely have the bonus. So for people at home, everyone has a set of 4 hobbies, and they get a bonus to their roll if they are incorporating those hobbies into their actions somehow. So, for example, I assume Cookie is going to perform a being cute role, in effect, or something to that effect, to try and persuade Noir to come over. So Cara would get a +2 on this roll because of because one of Cookie's hobbies relates to this. So can you roll a being cute roll for Cookie, please?
What?
Would that be charm?
So that's not so for the familiar, all of their stats are 0.
Yep, but you said something about a bonus.
Yes, because it's being cute, so you get a +2 in total.
Cool.
You get a 0 for the stat and +2 because it's related to a hobby.
It's an 11.
Hooray! That's a hit. So for people at home, it's Apocalypse World based, which means there are 3 different results. A hit, which is, I believe, anything above a 10. A weak hit, which is a 9 to 10. And a failure, which is anything below that. Although I'm going to double check because I'm pretty sure I got one of the numbers wrong there. Seems a bit bad of the person who made the system to forget this, but shush. No, I was slightly wrong. Hit is 10 or more, which was correct. A weak hit is 7 to 9. And a miss otherwise. So did you get a 10 there? Sorry, Cara?
11.
Oh, fine. Okay, yeah. Noir notices Cookie's black, isn't she?
Yeah.
Wonderful. In which case, like, Noir is immediately...
Very on theme.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Noir's just looking at, like, ooh, a black cat. And, like, strokes Cookie a bit. And I assume Cookie's, like, walking back towards you to get Noir involved?
Cookie, yes.
Cool. In which case, Noir is in the scene. Hello.
Hello.
I will rotate round because so we've got Leo, Harrison, Noir, and Bill talking together.
Yeah.
Now, brilliant. Then we'll come back to them in a minute. Eris, how's the outside?
Outside's nice. Eris basically just wants to get a bit of air before diving back into a group of people. So she's just gonna take 5 minutes. She's gonna don't know how to describe the logistics of this. She's gonna kind of jump off the balcony and turn into dragon form halfway through, so that she can fly around a bit outside before coming back.
Okay. Is there a roll on the dragon ability? I can't remember if I put a roll on it. If not, then you can do it just fine. If so, then I will ask you to roll. Just because them's the rules. I'm looking. No, there's just you can just turn into a dragon, and as the rulebook says, you also have claws and cool wings, and I think that's very important. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're all good. I don't know who's messaging me on Roll20. Yes, please do. Please do announce all the rolls.
The rolls aren't visible.
Yeah,
to
they're
chat.
hidden behind the thing, and also I can't see them because I'm not focusing on Roll20. So please say everything. But yeah, you do that a bit. It's perfectly pleasant. The weather is getting worse.
Good.
Good.
Eris likes that.
Good.
She's gonna come back indoors after a little bit, flying around, flying around the waves, and she's going to come in looking a bit more windswept and slightly soggy.
Is this going to be like how on a scale of 0 to L'Oreal commercial? Where does Eris sit?
On scale of 0 to what?
L'Oreal commercial.
Oh, L'Oreal. This is gonna be like a fairly L'Oreal commercial. She's gonna like strut back inside, flick her now wet hair back from her face. Dramatic entrance.
Ooh, very hot. Right. That was a nice entrance. In which case, we'll just use that as your time and rotate back round to Valerie. So you are now.
Valerie is staring at that.
You were briefly distracted, I assume, but you are also still in conversation with Melody.
Yeah. So
Melody, after a slight smile and just general, you seem okay. She's going. She looks at you and says, "So, how did you get on this show?"
Well, I just just for that, I need to put myself, out there, maybe try something new for once. It's totally not one of my snakes sending a letter without me knowing. Yeah, and I just thought that this might be a good chance to, push myself to do something that I haven't done before. What about you? How did you get like, you're kind of a star, aren't you? So I wouldn't imagine you'd need I don't know, whatever money or something I guess you're getting from this.
It's not about the money, darling. It's about the experience, and it's about the getting my name out there. I'm not just a professional, excellent athlete and excellent presenter. I'm also my own person, and my own wonderful, wonderful person who I think will definitely be able to get a date on this show, and we'll hopefully get some nice advertising for my new book coming out next year in Waterstones.
Oh, you see, like one of the snakes in Lena's eye. See, I knew it. There's always an angle. Fucking know, there's always a deep. Shh, nothing. Valerie's.
What was that?
No, there's nothing really. Valerie's gonna put her hand over the snake's mouth, be like, yeah, that one. This one just likes to talk a bit out of line sometimes. I'm sorry. She's gonna try to put it behind her head, but that sounds lovely. I mean, I'm sure I'm sure someone of your stature and muscularity is surely to garner a lot of new fans. Yeah,
I think so too. Yes, I'm very. It would be a lie to say I'm on here as charity, but yes, I do not need more popularity.
One of the stages to go to pub say, "Oh, girl, you're doing everybody a charity showing off those muscles."
Is that a flirt?
Do you want to count it as one?
Do you want to make the roll?
Sure.
All right, let's do this. I'm gonna say that's a charm roll by any description. So please make me a charm roll.
That's a +1. So
yeah, go on. You're gonna have to announce it to me.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's a 6.
That's a 6. Well done.
Also, would that be a -2 because technically buff girls are one of my weaknesses?
I'm gonna say no to the weakness part because it's one of your snakes instead of you, and I'm bending the rules big time. But shh, nobody needs to know. But you still fail the roll miserably. She just looks at you like, I'm gonna go now, and she walks off.
Valerie's gonna drop her head down and just be like,
And for reference, your ROM with Melody is now -1.
Oh.
Oh no!
Because you failed the flirt, so she thought worse of you.
Valerie's gonna shuffle back to the food with like a bit of tears in her eyes, and she's just gonna find like all the cakes or something. It's just start shoving like in her mouth.
And for reference, all of that was definitely caught on camera.
Oh.
Let's move on. So Leo, Harrison, and crew, the squad. What's happening?
I'm gonna reply to Harrison's question about the favorite color.
Oh, go on.
Mine's green, like the color of trees in spring and everything that just starts sprouting. I just love it. Why is turquoise your favorite color?
Well, I'm gonna be honest. It's the perfect balance of green and blue. I can't really decide. I'm just a bit indecisive, so I just picked the color between my two favorites.
Sorry, I'm loving the fact that there's a serious discussion about favorite colors on this dating show. It's amazing. At that point,
You seem to be.
Bill chimes in and goes, "Oh, are we talking about favorite colors? Oh, I love favorite colors. This is great. Bill is the sort of person who you expect would have a collection of trains in his basement, and he's probably got them sorted by color. And his favorite color is the one in which he has the most of those trains, which happens to be a lovely red." And he explains this all to you, saying that he's very big on the colour red. It's fiery and exciting, even if he isn't so fiery and exciting.
Nice. That's also the color of love.
He turns. He turns very slightly red at that idea. Is that a flirt?
Is that a flirt?
Is that a flirt? Is that
I
a
mean,
flirt?
yeah, why not? We're on a dating show. It should be.
All right, cool. What stat do you think that is? Because it might be creative. Because it was
I'd
quite
almost
a
say
witty
clever.
comeback. Yeah. Yeah, I'll go with clever. Please give me a clever roll, Cara.
Oh, clever's good. Oh, I did something wrong.
Oh?
On roll 20.
Oh, okay, cool.
I just didn't catch the command. It's, wow, a 6.
A 6.
Cry.
Now this is difficult.
Oh, then I blushed
because,
too.
Yeah, you blushed too hard that you like. I'm trying to think of how to do this in a way that would make Bill dislike you, because technically that's how it is. Oh, I know how to do this. Bill is the sort of person who isn't very used to being flirted with at all in the slightest, and slightly staggers back at that. He's just like, What? Please, I don't know. Don't turn. What? Why are you bringing my favorite color into flirt? What? He's just a bit taken aback and confused, and his ROM with you goes down by 1.
You're very good at this.
Yeah, you like the flirting so far is on point. What would you like to do, Harrison, while Leo is being taken aback by not a very successful flirt?
I guess I'll turn to Noir.
Okay.
And say, oh, this might be really, really bad. I'm just gonna say, let me guess, is your favorite color black, or am I gonna be surprised?
Straight to the point.
Is that a flirt? I feel like I want this to be.
I don't think it's a flirt.
I want it to be though, because I feel like there are 2 ways this can go. Either Noir will find this really funny or slightly offensive. So, what's your what are your expressions whilst doing this? Is this sort of an eyebrows up situation, or a finger guns I did a joke situation, or what?
It's probably more of a finger guns I did a joke situation than a eyebrows up, like
Okay.
suggestive situation.
Would you like to roll cool for me, please?
Okay, I'm bad at that.
That's fine. That's how the cookie crumbles.
I could roll well. We'll see.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a 10.
Oh, fantastic! In which case,
I rolled a 5 and a 6.
you did it. Somebody did a flirt. Noir sort of looks at you for a second and goes, "Actually, yeah, I'm glad you noticed. It's I found that quite funny, to be honest. He's like they're sort of." They are incredibly, like, even despite their demeanor, as was said in the introduction, they are quite down to earth, and like they just genuinely enjoyed that. So your ROM with them goes up by 1 on your sheet as well as Noir's, because you love Noir a bit more now, and so does and vice versa. So you can mark that on your sheet. You've got a +1 there.
And then after Noir sort of responds positively to his joke, he'll say, "Well, I am the master of comedy and being humble."
Yeah, now lose what? Now joking. Oh my god! Right, that can increase the counter. Noir just sort of nods along, like, they're less taken by that comment just because it's less of their down to earth kind of nature, but they enjoyed it still. They're just like, okay, that was good. I that was pleasantly surprising. In which case, let us go to Eris, who has entered the room L'Oreal commercial style. Are you gonna try and talk to anyone?
Eris has probably at this point seen that Melody has
Rejected.
dumped Valerie and left her by the table of food. So seeing that Valerie's all alone, Eris is gonna go over to her and say, "Hey, you alright?"
Valerie in the middle of, sniffling lightly, stuffing her mouth full of food. She's gonna turn to you, like her cheeks puffed out, hand over her face, and she's just gonna like freeze. And then she's gonna start, like, her eyes widen and like a blush falls over her face.
Are you gonna do the thing where you sort of compress your cheeks and all the food just goes in?
Yes.
Like, you sort of just stare for a few seconds, then whoop, food in.
You're right. You like
the snake from before is gonna say, "Oh, we're more than alright now that you're here."
Is that a flirt?
The counter, is that a flirt roll? Yeah, go on. Is it a flirt?
That is 100% a flirt roll.
Yeah, can I have a charm roll, please?
7? I think that's a weak hit.
It is, although, Eris, what's your type? Because I'll admit I forgot to add this to a couple rolls before.
Oh, my type is clever and creative.
Okay, so not charm. So it is just a weak hit. So you get to choose, Jakub, between... I've got to... either this is successful, but you're a bit shaken afterwards, or it's not successful, but you get a bonus to a future roll.
I'll take the shaken thing.
Oh, cool.
Because Baker's going to say that Valerie's going to, like, cuff up, a bulk of food and, like, move her hands away. And, like, she's going to start getting really flustered because that embarrassed her like hell.
Okay, so you're shaken for the next, like... So what I'll call an in-game, like, 2-3 minutes, but I'll try and remind you when you're out of it. But that flirt was a success, so both of your ROMs with each other go up by 1.
Hey!
Nice.
I'll ask you should keep track of that. I'm keeping track of the NPCs. But I assume you respond positively to that, Eris, then.
Yeah. Eris is gonna laugh a little bit, and gently boop the respective snake on the nose. Boop the snoot.
Boop the snoot.
And she's gonna ask Valerie, do you think you wanna join the group that are chatting, or do you need a minute to just to calm down?
Val is going to look at her and then look at the group and then look at her and then look back at the group, one of the snakes is gonna say, "Well, I can't be honest. Like after we got totally dumped by that ghosty bitch over there, it's like."
Oh, hang on. I've got to make a roll. Give me a second.
Eris is gonna laugh like quite loudly at that.
Clever. Melody. She only got a weak hit.
Melody
so she sort of heard. She heard ghostly in an angry voice and sort of turns in your direction, but she didn't know what you said.
So but our princess here, is not quite feeling up to it. And then the one of the snakes is going to shove past all the other ones and say that we would I think we would like it. I think we would quite like it. Oh, you're dragon, storm dragon, I assume.
Yes.
I can tell by the coloration of your wings and also the way you went outside. Did you know that storms, like some of the fiercest dragons, they in fact have the hardest, the biggest wingspans when they are in their dragon form, and they can reach top speeds around 300 kilometers per hour. It's actually very fascinating, and it's just going to start spouting off storm dragon facts.
Can you roll clever for me, Jacob?
I'm good at this.
You're still shaken though.
Fuck, that means I get
you get like -1. Yes, you're the one who took the shaken. What is it?
That's a double one.
What's that?
That's a double one.
That's a double one. Oh gosh. Okay, yeah. So that's a critical fail. And I need you to somehow reveal a weakness of your character.
Okay, we'll do it like this. Mm-hmm. So, because one of Valerie's weaknesses, as I said, buff girls.
Yes.
She is like, the snakes are kind of just staring, and as this snake is just sort of spouting off facts, she's just kind of like fixated.
Oh.
And the snake's facts are like, the snake is slowly getting its facts jumbled up as Valerie sort of like edges closer and closer. She's sort of in a trance, and she doesn't notice the moment where she trips over and she's going to land like face first into Eris's bust.
Oh boy! Oh boy! I'll let you react accordingly, Eris.
If that's okay.
That's fine. Go for it. What's the reaction?
Eris is gonna be a mixture of.
I thought you were gonna say Eris is gay then, and I'm like, yes, it's
yeah,
true, but
true. But Eris is gonna be a mixture of kind of confused, but also concerned, because she feels that Valerie is a bit out of her depth at the moment.
Yes.
So she's not going to react badly to this. She's just going to kind of gently take Valerie by the shoulders and like,
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean. I'm so sorry. Please.
It's okay, Valerie.
Like, she's gonna start like hyperventilating, and the one of the snakes, the one that's spouting with facts, says, you should probably run. Like now.
Oh no.
Like Valerie's going to keep on hyperventilating while the other snake's gonna be like, hey, princess, look, it's like it's okay, it's fine. It ain't anything bad, we know that you got some and yeah, the nurse is gonna be like, please go. It's fine. We'll deal with this.
Eris is gonna do the typical like when you're like having a kind of anxiety attack, you can take someone through it and be like, breathe in for X seconds, hold your breath, and then release.
Like meditating kind of thing.
Yeah, like the kind of de-escalation. Yeah. So, because Eris is used to getting anxiety from crowds and stuff, she's gonna take Valerie by the shoulders and like take her through the breathing to try and calm her down.
Okay. Would you like to roll
Mhm.
Cool, I think. Keeping your cool.
Cool.
Yeah. Let's go with cool.
Oh, I didn't mean to turn the therapy session.
Welcome to Monsters on a Cruise Ship Therapy Edition. What's the roll?
Just one sec.
Yep, that's cool.
It's a 9.
Cool. All right. I'll say it's effective enough. You get there in the end. It takes a little bit of time. And as a result, we'll teleport over to Leo and Harrison in a moment.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, you two are
Dealing with the
spending-
crisis in the corner while
Yeah,
everyone
you're
else.
dealing with crisis.
Yes.
Obviously, because this is a reality show, a good portion of that crisis has been filmed.
The crisis just being Valerie in general.
Yes, of course, but that's all being sorted and is all good now. For reference, the other thing I was going to do before the anxiety attack was when I was asking for you to roll clever, it was to determine whether the facts you were telling were true. Needless to say, your
But they
snake knows
totally-
less than expected.
They were totally jumbled up. Like,
Yes, yeah.
with the whole, yeah.
Right, Leo and Harrison, you've determined the favourite colours of the 4 people in your group. Congratulations. What else do you want to talk about or do in general?
So, in case there may actually be a quiz, I know it's unlikely, but you never know.
Yeah.
How about we tell some cool facts about ourselves?
Ooh, cool facts.
Yeah.
Like Bill, so... Actually, can you... This isn't a flirt, but can you do a charm roll for me, please?
Yeah, sure. That's a 10.
Cool, alright. Bill is surprisingly calm in your presence. Like, you saw Bill on stage, you saw that he was, like... out of his depth, but actually he's quite enjoying favourite colours and top 10 facts or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's cool. But anyway, sorry, please continue.
No, I look expectantly at the people.
Okay.
Someone to start.
In which case, Noir's going to pipe up because, as was said in the introduction, they are very big on their role in Monster Rocks, the 2002 band with hits. Oh god, where did I put the hints? Where did I put Noir's cool hits list? Where's it gone? You here? Yeah? Yes, in fact, here's my facts about Noir sheet. Right. Noir is very, very excited to talk about their past as the bassist, backing vocalist, and songwriter of Monster Rocks, a band popular in the, like 2000s. I said 2002 earlier, but it was possibly a bit later than that, 2003, 2004. They had the band had lots of hits such as You're Gorgon from My Heart, which has turned to stone, and Dead But Still Pining for You, Even If You Can't Feel Me Because I'm a Ghost. Noir excitedly talks through all of this and the fact that they're very proud of their past, and that's really their big fact, the fact that they were part of a band. And it lasted for a bit. It was good. Does Harrison have a cool fact?
You might need to give me a couple of seconds to think.
Yeah, that's fine. In which case, I will speed over to Bill. So as
I'm gonna go get.
Yeah, that's fine. Bill is quite calm now, despite the favourite colour incident, apparently. In which the favourite colour happened, I don't know. Bill is quite calm now, which is good, and he is very happy to talk you through his hobby of making his hobby of making little electrical structures, like cool statues with lights on them. I hadn't brought this up before, but Bill is a cyborg, and as such, his right hand is a collection of different useful things that you would have when doing this sort of mechanics and building and that sort of thing. So there's a soldering iron mounted to the top. There's a couple of audio jacks on some of the fingers. There's like a lighting connector, a couple of clips, that sort of thing. So he's very, very adept with his hands. Yep, you can take that out of context. and as a result, like, is very happy to talk to you about the fact that he is very, very big on making these electrical structures and generally pretty things with wires.
So, with that arm of yours, can you, like, make sparks fly? And then a bit more under my breath. Possibly between
Is this a flirt?
Yes.
Okay. I think that's... Is that charm or creative? I'll take either of them. Let you choose.
Cool, I'll take creative. Does my type play into this?
Not your type. Bill's type plays into it.
Okay. Oh, that's a 7.
That's a 7?
Yeah.
That's still a weak hit, regardless of how you do it. So, are you taking the +1, or are you gonna go for the full flirt?
Sorry, the connection was bad. The
It's okay. Are you gonna like successfully flirt and get shaken, or are you gonna just take a +1 to a future roll?
Successfully flirt and get shaken.
Cool. All right, then your roll with Bill is back to 0. Bill, like, very excitedly goes, "Oh, sparks! I'm great at sparks!" Like, and then starts talking for a very long time about like how soldering works and how he's done cool stuff with multimeters and how like he just assembles all these things. And you're very slightly overwhelmed by all of this because this is an energy you haven't seen from Bill at all.
Yeah.
And thus you're shaken for like a minute.
Cool.
But yeah, you did that. Harrison, do you have a fun fact now?
I do have a fun fact now.
Go.
Harrison will start saying, "Well, I've recently had to get into cooking because, well, when I turn into a werewolf, I get extremely hungry, and I try and put myself to sleep with food before I turn into a werewolf. And my best dish for doing that so far has been a beef stew, which I can do very well, although it takes quite a bit of time."
Oh,
That'll be his fun fact.
That sounds delicious.
That's a good fact. And I assume at this... Well, not I assume at this point. Like, Noir and Harrison and Bill have all given their fun facts, and they're now looking at you as the asker of the question, Leo. What's happening? You are still a bit shaken.
Yeah, that plays very well into what I was going to do.
Amazing.
Because I am a witch, and of course witches have brooms, and I am going to attempt to make, like, fly in a loop on my broom. Not a very high loop in case I fall, because I'm not that great at flying, but I have a broom.
Yeah.
I can theoretically fly.
Is that
I'm
one
a
of
bit
your
shaken
hobbies?
now, but no.
Okay,
It's just what witches do.
Cool. What's it gonna be? I don't know what that would be. Like, you have to
Cool.
be... Yeah, as cool as a general dexterous stat, I'm happy to call it cool. You get a -1 because you're shaken.
And I get a -1 because I'm not very good at being cool.
Go on then, what's it to be? Give me that sweetness.
It's a 4.
It's a 4. Is that with the minus as well?
Yes, that's -2 already.
Well,
this
that's
is
a good way.
going
That's a
well.
really good way to do this. You start flying. You successfully fly. You also hit a couple of lights, and they're now out, and like generally look a bit clumsy. And like Cookie, is Cookie flying with you?
No, Cookie knows how great I am at flying.
Cookie looks concerned regardless.
Yep.
Like, Cookie's just sort of there, like, and like jumps into Harrison's arms because Harrison looks pretty soft.
Comfy with that boob window.
Yes, and the just knitted jumper in general. Like, Harrison's an incredibly like comfy individual.
Harrison freezes.
Yes, that's very fair.
I'm sure Bill can
like
fix
a
the
bee's
light.
just landed on you, and he's like, "I'm just gonna wait for it to get off."
Yep. Yeah. So is Leo's fun fact the fact that she can fly,
Yeah.
but like not very well. I'm gonna put
Yep.
in brackets. Cool. In which case, I assume we will go back to Valerie and Eris, who had a bit of a time, but now Valerie is unshaken, and they've both just sort of they're back. Jakub, are you back in the room?
Yeah, I'm here.
Cool. You just went to get water during the previous conversation, so it's all good. In which case, you two, what would you like to like? You haven't asked many questions other than like accidentally insulting the most sporty figure on Supernatural TV and then having an anxiety attack. But you know, you've had worse days.
Business as usual.
Business as usual.
Like, so Barry is eventually going to calm down, and the snakes are going to look somewhat shocked. One of them is going to give Eris like suspicious glances, whilst another one says, "You know, I gotta say, I'm a bit impressed. You know, when she gets that sort of you know, panicky state, usually doesn't end well for the other person, but you managed it."
Yeah, I can say I've had some experience with that, you know.
Valerie's going to turn her head and say, I'm sorry.
It's okay, it's okay.
She's going to sort of, you know, wiggle hands a bit and say, I suppose, what was it they were asking us about colour?
About colours? Or
Yeah, that was the thing, right? Oh, see.
Oh. Yeah.
Finnbar?
I guess.
Yeah, that was, well, what Freya said way back at the start was, oh, ask about favourite colours, hobbies, all that jazz. There'll be a quiz at the end.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I guess she's, going to ask, well, I guess, you know, what sort of things do you like? And then she's going to try to give, like, an awkward sort of giggle.
Oh.
She's still...
Is that a flirt?
Not really, just asking her.
Okay. That's a shame.
Okay, straight up asking. Eris is gonna think for a second and then say, well, you know, I like working out. I like staying in shape. I do a bit of painting on the side, you know, like I really like landscapes, like stormy landscapes. So, you know, I go out in the storms and do some plein air painting sometimes.
Self-insert, you know? Question like intensifies.
I mean, I personally do not like plein air painting.
Fair enough.
Yeah. What are your hobbies, Valerie?
Painting. I kind of do you know, a bit of painting, and one of the sort of shots says, yes, painting. It is my muse. Let me tell you, this girl here. She may not look like much, but she is one of the finest stone crafters in the entire monster world. And it's because she has me, of course. But you also cannot deny that the girl has some of her own talents. If only there was something here that we could use to show off. But alas, what sort of art do you do, Miss Eris?
Just a bit of, you know, oil painting.
Oil painting, I see. Old but gold is what I call it. Tried and true. I respect it.
Oh my god. That's going on the counter.
Yeah. Eris is gonna be, you know, a bit flattered by this exchange.
I mean, is it a flirt?
What sort of flirt would it be?
Creative.
Yeah, creative, because it's generally about your like creativity. Yeah.
Can I use my hobbies of rocks?
Yes, yes, you may use your hobby of rock to bring about. Are you gonna like give an example or something?
Yeah. So the artist deck is going to talk about how Valerie carves rocks in her spare time. Usually statues, you know, portraits. It's like paintings, but with rock, and it's very beautiful. You know, like okay, she knows stone. If you get what I mean.
Winky face.
A winky face.
Go on then. Roll creative then.
That is wicked.
Is it part of your type, Aries?
Yes, it is.
Oh, add 2 to that, Jacob.
In that case, it is a 9.
That's still a weak hit, so you know what to do. Make your decision. +1 or shaken.
What if I am already shaken?
You're not shaken. You got out of it.
Not
after
anymore.
The anxiety,
You got out of it.
Oh, in that case,
resolution.
that should be another +1 then. In that case, that's a 10.
Oh, sure. In which case, yeah, you do it.
Because I thought I was still shaken because I have 0 creativity and I get +2 from the
from the hobby. Yep. Yeah, that's great.
yeah, and then +2. So
Yep. So you can both increase your ROMs with each other by 1. I assume you respond positively, etc., etc.
Yeah, we're gonna have a nice chat about traditional and more modern art, and hit it off from there.
Yeah,
just
you know-
me and the art snake chatting about art.
some people are just so egoistic, They say like, "Oh, this is not real art, that is not real art." But who cares? Art is found in the soul. If you understand what I mean.
Oh, God.
Yes, I do know what you mean.
A kindred soul at last. I thought that nobody understand me in this cold, cruel world, especially not the 7 of these other brutes. And the other snakes are going. One of them is going to go fuck yourself. And the nurse saying like, "You're an idiot."
Oh, you're talking about the snakes. I was about to roll for all the people.
Yeah, no. The snake, no. He's talking about the 7 other snakes, and then the sassy snake is going to choke and be like, "Dude, fuck you." And then the nurse says he's going to be like, "Piss off." And the motivational coach is going to be like, "What the hell did you say about me? If we weren't on the opposite side of Barry, then I will come over and kick your ass so hard that," and then just sort of start arguing amongst each other. And Barry's going to try to get him to calm down.
Sure, I'm just gonna let that interaction happen whilst I don't know.
Yes.
Anything else is going on.
Yep, that's.
Team Leo and Harrison, you've spent a lovely time talking. What else is happening? I guess.
I think Harrison is going to try and get Melody in with the group because I think currently she's just sort of floating there by herself.
Yeah, she's just sort of enjoying her own company.
Has the cat left Harrison yet?
I'll say yeah. At this point, with Leo's return to the ground per se, the cat has left Harrison, so Harrison is slightly less concerned. But yes, Melody. How are you? Are you beckoning to her? Are you going to walk up to her and go hello?
I think I'll sort of confidently call her over and say something along the lines of, "Hey, we're sharing if you're interested in acing that quiz."
Is that sharing just said, or is that sharing with a wink?
Well, he'll continue going on and he'll say, "Well, I mean, I guess you are one of the eligible bachelors, so I'm not entirely sure if you have to do the quiz, but at the very least, you could say I'm interested."
Flirt, roll, flirt, roll,
Flirt,
flirt,
roll,
roll,
flirt, roll,
flirt,
roll, flirt, roll.
flirt, roll.
What am I rolling?
Confidence, definitely.
Cool.
Definitely. You even used the word confidence in there.
I put a +3. That's supposed to be a +2. That's a 11.
That's fine. It's very successful. Melody, she was enjoying herself. She was enjoying her own company, as I said. And then you begin talking through this, and then she turns, and she sees how self-assertive you are, and how honestly, how buff you are. Let's not. This is how it is, and she is, to put it politely, very interested. So she very much saunters over. Your ROM with her increases by 1, so you can put that on your sheet, and I've put it on hers. And she walks over and goes, "Oh, do I really want to say that? Oh, I'm going to be recorded on the internet for saying that.
Do it.
Oh, I mean, yeah. You just
Say it.
She'll just. You're probably taller than her. Yeah, I think you're probably taller than her.
I've said I'm just shy of 6 foot, so
yeah, you're taller than her. She's nowhere near Eris's height,
Ooh.
And she looks up and goes, "Hey, big boy."
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh. What's happening here? Slightly sauntering, but also she is very aware of like her confidence and the fact that she is very confident in how she acts and how she is. So what is happening?
Anakin doesn't know how to react to that. Harrison probably would.
It's fine. Take a moment. I can switch over to Leo if you want to think.
Sure,
Cool.
sure, do
All right,
that.
Leo, what's
I'll
happening?
have a think.
Well, I'm a bit shaken because I didn't intend to break the lights, and this is quite an expensive ship. I'm a bit concerned.
Yes, no expenses spared. The emphasis on the no.
I'm gonna politely ask Bill, because he seems like a lights guy, whether he can possibly help me out fix light. I can even get him up there with my broom. Theoretically.
Are you gonna say to him that you can even get him up there with the broom?
Yes, but not.
Would you
not
like
very
to ride in a broom?
seriously.
Counter goes up.
What's the counter for?
It's the oh my god counter.
Yes.
It doesn't do anything like mechanically, but I'm very much keeping a track of it. Okay. Can you give me this is, I'm assuming, is this a flirt? Like, are you actually going for the you can ride my broom?
No, I think.
Yeah, that was just a
offering
me
it as
suggestion.
a bit of a joke, but he's told how well I was able to fly, and if he has fire coming from his feet or something that can get him up, I would also be very happy to not fly.
Oh, sure, if he's got a jetpack or something.
Yeah.
So, can you roll... So, if this was D&D, I would say persuasion. So, I will say charm? Yeah, let's go with charm.
Oh, and I'm shaking, so it's -1, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be... Oh, it's still an 8.
Okay, I'll allow it. Bill smiles sort of weakly and politely goes, I can certainly fix it. If you can fly me up there if you want, as long as you promise me that you'll be slightly more careful than before.
Yes, of course. I think as long as I don't try to fly in a loop, my flying skills are alright. I've been a witch for 23 years. I can do flying. That's a perfectly fine witch skill, which I can totally do.
He looks slightly incredulously at you after that amazing delivery of I can totally do that. Yeah.
Okay, then I mount my broom and gesture towards behind me. Jump on.
Oh. Sure. He jumps on. How long is the broom?
Hold me. Not very.
Adding to the counter. Sure. So I expect you two would end up being quite close on this broom.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Cool.
You've got to hold on to me a bit. I don't want you to fall off.
Leo, your broom is so big.
Exhales.
That's definitely another one for the
yes,
counter.
Definitely.
I'm
Maybe
face-palming.
2.
Your face. Yep. Sure. You fly up. I'm gonna say that the flying is fine for this because I don't want to throw too many rolls around the place. I guess you just levitate upwards essentially.
Yeah.
And you're at the light, and Bill gets like his hand out. Bill gets his hand out. I don't know. Bill like gets the bulb, searches through like the 21st pocket of his dungarees. What did I say? Like dungarees? Yeah, we'll say dungarees. Yes, dungarees. Grabs a new bulb. Quickly screws out the old one, replaces the new one, applies a bit, uses a multimeter to check that it's all going. For any engineers listening in, I promise it's a good multimeter that won't break. It's protected against AC. So you successfully changed the light, and you're currently just still up there. What would you like to do, if anything?
Flirt.
I mean, we're already up here. Do you want to go for a quick fly around the room?
Is that a flirt?
Yeah.
All right. Charm. Let's go with charm. Because
Am I still shaken?
I'll say, like, after the success of your flying, you're no longer shaken.
Ooh, that's a 12.
That's
Two
a 12.
sixes.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, it's perfect. In which case, both of your ROMs go up by 1, as is the rule. And he looks at you and thinks about the fact he hasn't experienced this before and goes, "Sure, let's fly." And you do a brief fly. Hold on tight. Oh boy.
I mean, that's the whole point of the flirt, right? He has to hold on tight, so we're getting close to.
Needless to say, the cameras are very much on you. You go zooming around a bit. It's really nice. You don't hit any lights this time, which is cool. A couple of the crew, Tao is very impressed. Like Tao, the camera person, like, as you've seen, is pretty serious, kind of like Monica, as we introduced in the dress rehearsal. And to see any kind of sort of impressedness on Tao's face is an achievement in itself. So you've got that going for you. Drissen's owl joins in.
Nice.
And yeah, you go around a couple times. Do you do a loop or a sick? Do you spin, because that's a good trick?
Yeah, like, I'll take a few sharp corners where you have to lean right into and
Cool.
Maybe another loop.
Yeah,
Be
sure thing.
successful than the other one.
Yep, you successfully do that, and I assume you get down before it's too late.
Yeah, I get down next to the group again.
Cool. All right. I'm gonna go back to. Well, actually, let's go to Val and Eris. So you've just talked about your hobbies. Very exciting.
Yeah, we've had a bit of an art chat, which is
Yeah.
really nice. So Eris is gonna suggest that maybe we should go join the bigger group and see, what they have to say.
Valerie's going to eye the ghost a bit, but eventually she trusts Eris, so she's gonna like stand next to Eris and nod her head meekly.
Cool. In which case, the group is reunited. I assume it's just all 7 of you sort of standing in the middle of the ballroom like, this is nice.
We've just formed one giant circle.
Yep. And now you're going to play Zap Splat or whatever the game was from our childhoods. Anyway. Was that what it was called? It was that, right? It wasn't just me.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay.
I mean, I've got my own theatre-based games that I could be talking about if you want me to give some examples.
Oh,
There's Bang.
Oh, Bang! Now I loved Bang. That was great.
I hate Bang. I suck at it. It's the worst.
Wow, I failed that flirt roll.
Everyone at youth theatre loved it, but I could not do it.
But yeah,
Buzzy Bees.
Buzzy Bee. I've never had Buzzy Bees.
Where someone just names a letter and then everyone has to form a pose of something in that letter, and if they have the same one as someone else, then they're out.
Ooh, that's interesting.
I really like that one.
That's almost strategic.
I'm just picturing the YMCA.
No, but obviously the strategy is to go for a really difficult letter, like H. That's not that bad. I don't know. Anyway, let's get back to the game. The group has been reunited, and I think I've given Harrison enough time to work out how to deal with Melody. So
I know how to deal with Melody.
Go do that.
After Melody says something along the lines of "big boy," he'll be like, "Oh please, I'm sure you could lift me with biceps like that."
Ooh!
Oh my god! Oh my god! Yeah,
Smooth
the counter
operator.
goes straight up. Like, do that damn flirt roll, my friend. You can have a +1 on it because that was amazing.
Is this a confidence or is it?
Oh, it's a confidence,
charm?
definitely. Oh,
Okay, cool.
Actually, yeah, no, that's a good point. I'll call it confidence because of the way you delivered it.
Sure. So 9. It's a weak hit.
Well, I have good news for you because Melody takes it better than the roll suggests.
Ah.
She just like, she's taken aback by that because, oh boy, that was an impressive. Both your ROMs go up by 1, just to confirm.
Cool.
So please mark that. Like, this is the first time you've seen her shocked, perhaps in her entire history. I don't know if you watched any of her sports shows in the past, but like
maybe 1 or 2.
Sure, yeah, but you've seen her. She's like a very cool character. She's very in control and like ready to do whatever. She is taken aback. Like, damn. That was yeah.
Good flirt.
That was
And then I'll say,
good flirt.
so how about that favorite color?
Oh. What is Melody's favorite color? She takes a moment to recover, and then she goes, I don't really have a favorite color, but if I had to choose, because I think favorite colors are trite, to be honest, I would choose red, because it's been scientifically shown that red football teams do better than ones that aren't wearing red. So there you go.
More you know.
A fun
Interesting.
Melody fact about the color red. But yes, she has given you her favorite color. Good job. We'll bring in Val and Eris into this conversation now because they've just turned up. They don't really know much about favorite colors, or anything apart from anxiety attacks. But so what would Val and Eris like to talk about in this big group?
So, Eris is just gonna say to the group, like, so what have you guys been talking about?
Well, so far, we've all shared our favorite colors and a quick fun fact about ourselves. So, if you'd like to do the same.
Oh, fun fact. I guess my fun fact is that I have my very own amazing hoard of precious stones, metals, gems, etc. Under the sea.
Oh,
That's my fun fact.
One of the snakes is going to Charmin and say, "I bet you're the most precious gem in that collection." Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
is that a flirt?
Yes.
Go on then. It's that's definitely charm. Definitely.
That's an 8.
Sure, it's a weak hit. What do you want? The shaken or the +1?
I'll take this shaken, and then Valerie's just gonna freeze and be like, because the snake just said this in front of everybody. She's just like, "Oh God."
Okay, so you two get ROMs +1 with each other.
Oh, Rom is so good.
It is. It's madness. You should
What's so
perform
good?
that- Your ROM
Our Rom.
Oh yeah.
between you two.
Our ROM is 3, isn't it?
Yep, I
Yeah.
think currently the highest other ROM is 2. So, congrats,
You're
you are
doing
the
pretty good.
most in love at the moment.
Valerie is going to like blush over profusely, and one of the other snakes is going to the artista snake is going to say, "Well, I have to admit, even for that brutish off over there, that was a very accurate statement."
I'll add that to the counter. Cool. What's Valerie's fun fact?
Valerie is currently blue screened.
Okay, cool. We'll just leave her fun fact for later then. Is there any more conversing that wants to go on at the moment? Like,
I think we're pretty clued up for the quiz.
excellent.
Yeah,
Although-
I think we can kind
although-
of imagine that our little group will sort of keep bouncing questions and answers back and forth for a little bit.
Sure.
Yeah,
Like,
just general chit chat.
yeah, like how's the weather and that sort of thing. Sure. All
The
right.
weather isn't great.
Yes, that's true. That is a true fact. The weather is not great. Speaking of, no, let's not do the weather yet. At this point, the house band starts playing a little waltz tune. Just like,
Oh.
in the background, little nice for dancing, careful tune in the background. And Melody, who, needless to say, is somewhat smitten with Harrison, goes up to Harrison and says, would you like a dance?
Certainly. Perhaps we could put those. Oh God, I'm.
You can do it. You can do
Come
it.
on,
There's a real good joke in there. Biceps?
No. Though perhaps you could. No, perhaps I can get the in-person example of your workout videos.
Oh.
I probably could have said that better, but I
added to the counter. Thank you very much. Cool. You two start dancing then. We'll deal with that in a moment. In the same sort of way, Bill goes up to you, Leo, and says, I'm not very good at dancing, but would you like to try anyway?
Sure. I'm also not very good at dancing, but we can try our best. I'm sure it will be fun, at least.
Cool. And then it's just Valerie, Eris, and Noir sort of there, because Noir doesn't really know you two that well, if at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm Eris is just gonna say flat out, I'm gonna be honest, I am not good at dancing, so if either of you want to join me by the snacks while we watch the rest of them have a dance, then
As much as I don't want to just track Eris, one of Valerie's takes is just going to say, "Oh, that is the best idea I've heard this party. Come on, Val, wait, let's go." And she's basically going to get dragged along
by a snake.
by the stake over to the food stand.
Sure.
Eris is going to extend this offer to Noir.
Yeah, Noir's like, I mean, I'm not going to get a dance now, so sure, let's have some snacks. And Noir joins you at the snack table. Are you going to have a discussion at the snack table with Noir, or?
Yeah, I mean, Eris and Noir haven't talked very much of it all yet,
Yes.
so Eris is just going to say, I mean, I haven't managed to talk to you yet, Noir, so, yeah, like,
Roll, flirt, roll.
I'm trying to think.
We can switch off you for a bit if that's.
Yeah, I'm trying to process
Cool.
a
In
flirt.
which case, let us go to the dancers and a fun thing that I had planned.
Oh no.
No, it's good. It's funny. It's a stupid joke, and I'm very looking forward to delivering it. So you start dancing. How do you dance actually? Are you ballroom dancers? Are you disco dancers? This is a question to both of you.
Harrison is probably a very traditional dancer, so probably the ballroom dancing.
Okay, cool. You're going for
Leo
a standard
too.
waltz. Okay, cool. Both of you are going for your very standard waltzes. You're just sort of looking at your dance partners, having a really lovely time. And then a voice appears. A voice comes out of the intercom. It's like, hello. This is your captain speaking. We're afraid the weather outside is quite stormy, and as such, we're having to perform some evasive maneuvers. In other news, we're going left, and the boat tilts to the left dramatically. Can I get both of you to roll cool as you try to not fall on the floor?
Oh no.
Oh no, you should 100% fall. Do the thing where one falls and the other falls on top, and
Well,
then
we'll
they
see
share
what
a
happens.
longing stare.
I'm gonna roll for
nope.
my friend.
That's a 5 on me.
Okay.
Oh.
That sounds like a fail.
It's also a 5 for me.
Cool. Amazing. Oh boy. Bill's not having a good time. Oh! So, Leo and Bill just fall together.
I want to kind of catch Bill so his electronics don't break.
How are you catching him? Sorry. So you're falling. Are you?
So
the
he
one at
can
the
fall
bottom
on
of the
top
fall?
of me.
Oh.
Yes.
Ooh.
Oh. Is that a flirt roll?
Yes.
Cool.
I wanna
Charm.
do the. I hope he falls into my direction, and then I can look deeply into eyes.
Definitely charm. Give me that sweet, sweet charm.
Wish I had. Oh, it's an 8.
Okay,
I wish I had a better charm. It's 0.
that's fine. You still would you like the shaken condition or the +1?
Yeah, because a fall is something that shakes you up.
Cool.
And the ship also shook me up.
Yes, the ship definitely shook you up. For reference, the tables are all bolted down, so the snacks are mostly unaffected for the other twos.
But are the snacks attached to the table, or do
So-
snacks go over it?
The snacks are in are in bowls, which means the bowls definitely start to fall a bit. So they're in the center of the table and they start to move to not be in the center of the table. Most of the snacks survive, but some of them definitely fall on the floor.
Time to roll for, I don't know.
Snacks.
Cool. Roll snack to save the snacks.
Cool. In which case, you two can roll snack to save the snacks while I resolve Anakin's dealie. So Anakin fell. We definitely concluded that after the excellent 5. Melody got a natural 12.
Oh.
Given I'm gonna turn this positive given how smitten she seems to be with you. Melody catches you in that she is very much the leader of this dance now. She has caught you mid-fall and you are sort of 30 degrees to the ground but in her arms, and she's just up yeah, I caught you. Easy.
If I can, I'll try and make it look, maybe not to her, but to everyone else, make it look like we went into that as a dance move, and maybe come out of it and pull her into a spin or something.
Okay, I want a creative roll.
Okay.
Because you this is a cool thing that you've made up.
Oh, that's a 9.
Okay, cool. It's partially successful, as the roll usually suggests. A couple of people have swayed Mort, the special effects dragon, is just politely clapping because he's just looking on oh, that was good. That was a good job. And a couple of others, a couple of the audience members are woo. But nobody, it's not the whole room is persuaded and excited by this. They were too busy filming the fact, they just sort of, the audience, or the camera people were very much in on this, and as a result were filming the two dancers as the boat turned.
Yeah.
So, the camera caught part of it. It's not you were focused on, but you're still there. It's still good. That was, in the eyes of the people, that was pretty slick. Cool. We've done snacks. You just finished your dance. Bill and Leo get up, I assume.
Yeah, and then we resume dancing, holding on to each other a little tightly so we don't fall it again. Or at least I hold on more tightly.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I don't know about Bill.
Yeah, Bill was a little surprised by the whole endeavour. The ship is back to vertical now, by the way, so you're all good on that front. How were your snack rolls?
I rolled 2d6 plus snack, and apparently plus snack is a +1. So I got a 6.
Oh dear,
snack.
You did not save many snacks.
I did not save the snacks.
Most of the snacks are on the floor. Oh boy.
Some of them are in my hands, though.
Yeah, you got a couple snacks. How about Valerie? Did she successfully claim some snacks, Jacob? Silence. Jacob?
I'm on push to talk.
Oh, it's okay. Did you rescue some snacks?
What do I have to roll?
Roll 2d6 plus snack.
Snack is cool.
No, plus snack.
That's another double 1.
Oh my
That's a
god.
crit fail.
Oh shit.
Oh my
I
god.
assume what happens then is you try to grab the snacks, but instead you fall on your face.
Yes, I faceplant right into a bunch of cake, and so do all my snakes. For the record, for the chat, a double 1s is a crit failure.
Yeah, yes, that's an important distinction to make. But well done. You successfully fell into some cake. It was delicious but embarrassing, I expect. And cool. I think I know what I'm gonna do now. You're continuing to dance, right? You Anakin and Cara?
Yeah, I believe so.
Cool.
If the music's still going, that
yeah,
is.
the music's still going, despite the turn, and suddenly there are now snacks on the floor, which makes
Are any of
dancing
them like?
very slightly harder. They're not
Are
necessarily.
any of them round? Like
there are a good number of grapes. And like a couple of the sweets that Valerie was going for are also round, like gobstopper kind of things. So
Oh
like
god.
Maltesers.
Maltesers, yes, exactly. Every snack is round just to mess with you. That's the conclusion. So
Is the music still going?
yeah, the music's still going. So, can I get another cool roll from you two?
Sure. I am not cool.
We're really not cool. No, 7. Weak hit.
Okay, that's fine. What'd you get, Cara?
5.
Oh boy. So Bill manages to keep you from falling. With his I think it was a 10 on the roll. Where's yeah, it was a 10. With Bill's 10 on the roll. Melody rolled a double 1. Which means it's time for
shit.
It's time for some fun from Melody. So you barely catch Melody, Anakin. Barely. Because of your weak hit. But Melody is not entirely impressed with this. Like, she sees herself as a very confident individual, as a very self-important individual. So when she's caught and she's in this position of weakness, she's not happy. Like, not with you per se, more with herself. Like, almost a sense of she knows she could do better and she's let herself down.
Right.
So she's just like, It's like, she just sort of, she stops dancing and walks off to a snack table away from everyone else. Like,
okay.
She looks pretty, she doesn't look happy, to say the least, but at least she's not, like, barking at you with anger.
Right.
Barking at a werewolf.
Hey.
Is
Is there a bad jokes counter yet? No. Okay. There is now. 1. So that happens. There's Cara trips over the snacks, but Bill caught her, so I said that. And then after that, the music, and after Melody's sort of dramatic leaving, after Melody's, she doesn't storm out, but she has a bit of certainly with anger, leaves the dance. The music slows to a halt, and the dance ends. And with that, there is an entrance from Freya, who you hear the sound of the doors unlocking.
Is it quiz time?
Is it quiz time? It's always quiz time, baby. That was terrible, I'm sorry. Freya opens the doors, surprisingly, like, calmly for her. Like, given her entrance earlier on in the show, she's just sort of opened some doors and walked in with Monica. Monica's sort of looking at her quite angrily. You don't know why, but, like, it was certainly a fun discussion for them. And Freya heads to the stage. She stands at the middle of the stage, gets her microphone ready, and then I've got to find my notes for this bit because I actually took notes for this tiny bit. Wow, notes. She stands on the stage, and then a dramatic, like, on the screen behind her, some big letters appear, like, exciting animations, pew, 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 and Mort, near the side of the stage, produces some fire, like, you know those, like, the sort of streamers of sparks you get at the front of a stage at, like, a rock gig? Yeah, them. And the words, "How well do you know your new acquaintances quiz?" appears on the screen. Freya grabs the microphone, turns to you all, camera's turning on her, and she goes, "Welcome back, everyone. I said there would be a quiz, And now there's a quiz. Please, can all the contestants and all of the eligible bachelors come to the front? I assume you'll all do that.
Yeah, we'll all do that.
Cool, you're there. Hooray, you did it. She hands each of you a buzzer.
Oh no, it's a competitive quiz.
It's a buzzer quiz. Each of you 4 a buzzer. The other 3 just sort of get to look on sneeringly as you probably get all of their facts wrong. And this is a quiz, so I'll actually need you to buzz in IRL to do this.
Beep.
Yep, that's a good buzz. Has everyone got a buzzer sound they can use?
Beep.
Sure.
Eee.
Buzz.
Amazing. This is great. Cool. In which case, like, one of those orchestra hit sounds plays that's normally, like, on shows like In It to Win It, before a question, it's like, done! Here's the question. And that happens, and Freya looks in his camera and goes, question 1. What is Bill's favourite colour?
Beep.
Yes.
It's
Yes, I forgot your name for a second there. Go for
Leo.
it. Leo, thank you.
It's red, like Bill's trains, and totally not like the color of love.
Bill looks on slightly embarrassedly of being reminded that, but then like one of those ding sounds plays and you get a point. Congrats. Points mean prizes. They don't mean anything. Next question. Freya looks at the camera again. Spotlight goes from Bill to Noir. Beep. Oh, not beep. Done. What's Noir's favourite colour?
Beep.
Buzz.
I believe that was Harrison. So Harrison, what was Noir's favourite colour?
Black.
Ding, ding, ding! You get the point. And what's the next question? I've run out of questions. No, I haven't. I've got one more, I think. Oh no, I've got a few more. Actually, let's go for a harder question now. Freya says this direct to the camera. We're going to go for a harder question now because colours are easy. You can just guess colours. They probably just guess them. It's not important. Question for the group. Bill provided a fun fact about himself. What was it? Anyone?
Can you say that again?
Bill provided a fun fact for himself. What was it?
Buzz.
Eee.
I believe that was... wait, did you... I think that was Jakub? So, Valerie?
He's a cyborg.
You lose a point. But also you didn't really talk to Bill, so he just sort of looks at you like, fair guess. That's a fair enough guess. Anyone else want to answer?
Buzz.
Yes, Harrison.
I think he said he likes to make things
Well,
out of wires.
there's sort of like there's like Freya sort of does that gesture of come on. And then a polite beat, a polite ding plays. Sort of, it's a very uncertain ding, but your score goes up by half a point as Bill just nods like, yeah, I do like to build electrical structures. And that's the end of the quiz. So let's look at the scores, says Freya more excitedly than is probably allowed for a quiz as boring as that was. The winner, I believe, if I've done my maths correct, is Harrison with 1.5 points. And the audience applauds. And I assume you take like a bow or something, Harrison.
Yeah, sure. It's quite a short bow. He feels like that was slightly undeserved, so he's not going to go into it too hard.
And you win this amazing bar of chocolate. And Freya hands you an amazing bar of chocolate. It's like the highest quality, best branded chocolate just available at shops at all, and you now have this on your person. You can use it if you like in future to be a bar of chocolate. Hooray.
Aren't you kind of dog?
Harrison is definitely thinking that.
Aren't you kind of dog?
Hope there weren't any raisins in those mixed snacks either.
There
were grapes! Oh, that's awful!
It's fine. I'm sure Harrison is aware of like not eating stuff that would kill him.
Yeah, he's aware of his dietary requirements.
That's good. I'm very
Aware, eh?
Adding to the counter of bad. I should deduct points for that. Like,
I don't know if this stream is the best thing or the worst thing.
I know.
we've done.
I have no idea how people are finding this at home, but I'm having a grand old time. And with that, the quiz ends. The cameras roll. The cameras stop rolling. Drissen's like, cut. We're gonna pause for a moment there. You guys can go and have lunch now, and then we will go on for the next exciting activity. So, you head down to the DIY restaurant, back on floor -2 or -1. That's the one, not the other one. Thank you very much. And food is provided, but as I've mentioned in my description before, the kitchen is open to make your own. Today's lunch is Mexican themed, so it's quite spicy. But otherwise, yeah. How's food? What do you do? You're all sitting at the table with the eligible bachelors and some of the crew. It's a big, long table. Is there anything you want to do during lunchtime?
I want to spend 10 minutes in the kitchen doing kitchen things.
Is it the kitchen things I expect you're doing?
Yes, it's the first potion
Cool.
I talked to you
That's fine.
about.
You successfully make a potion for those 10 minutes. Anybody else?
Harrison will probably get a little bit creative and use some of the Mexican style ingredients to make his own stuff. So he'll probably make like a beef burrito or something like that.
Ooh, one of your hobbies was cooking, right?
It was.
Amazing. Can you roll creative, but with the bonus because you had because of your cooking hobby?
The bonus is +2.
Yes,
right.
+2
Cool.
for being good at cooking.
Oh, that's a 10.
Oh yeah, you make a fantastic beef burrito or whatever you're going for. Beef burrito, was
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Yep, you make a fantastic one. Like, it's so good. Because of your amazing like food and the fact that you are now ready, I assume you feel incredibly ready for the next round because of that amazing food. You can have a +1 on your next roll.
Ooh.
There you
And
go.
if possible,
Yes.
I will try and make like a stack of them.
Oh.
And maybe like distribute them out. Particularly to Melody
Oh.
as sort of like a hey,
So
don't feel bad.
So, because it's a cruise ship, we have to ration out the ingredients very slightly because obviously the last thing you can't just go to the shops and buy more food. It turns out when you're in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah, I can see why.
Yes. So there's only enough ingredients available today for 2 more burritos. So who would you like to give those burritos to?
Ooh.
Definitely Melody.
Yep, that's fine.
And then maybe Noir as well.
Sure. You hand it to those two. Trying to think, does this count as a flirt? Like, it's kind of a flirt, but also like it feels like you've done the hard work already. You've made some excellent burritos. I'm gonna roll on my side to see what they think of their burritos.
Sure.
I'm not sure what the stat's gonna be. What stat is it? This is gonna be. I'm gonna say it's confidence because they have to deal with spice. Melody enjoys it. Like, she's just like, this is a good burrito, thank you very much. And I will give you a Melody +1 ROM.
So that's a +1 to any roll with Melody.
Oh, no,
So-
plus straight to the ROM.
Oh,
like, it's
to
like
the
a
ROM.
successful
Okay.
flirt.
Sure.
Meanwhile, Noir is less taken by them, and actually, it seems like you put slightly too much spice in Noir's like burrito, and Noir's like, ooh. It's just general like slight fire breath.
Yeah, Harrison
kind of
could probably
thing.
take a little bit too much spice.
Yeah.
So he maybe made them for him in mind and didn't really think about the other two.
Yes, exactly. Whatchamacallit, Noir isn't offended per se. Like, they're sort of like, it was nice, it was just a bit too spicy for me, but thank you regardless. kind of thing. So no, there are no ill effects. Just Noir's like, this is okay. This is quite nice. But yes, you successfully make some burritos. Yes, to answer your question, PM's Cara, please do roll whatever stat it is for potions.
Oh, I roll it. Okay.
Yes, please do. But keep the roll secret. So GM roll.
Okay. Did not finish the burrito, the spicy one. Or do they look hungry?
They finish the burrito, but they're unsatisfied. In fact, actually, I'm gonna roll it. Sorry, I realised that what you were saying is entirely right. What's the stat?
I think it's +2.
Okay, cool. I know how this potion is gonna. I know how effective this potion is. Keep going.
So does he still look hungry or not?
He looks unsatisfied.
Oh, I'm not sure whether it would be good to offer him them food or not.
While you're thinking about that, are Eris and Valerie going to do anything exciting at lunchtime?
I think Eris isn't too fussed about creating their own stuff. Like, she'll just. It's a buffet, right?
Yeah. Go wild. Buffet with open kitchen.
Yeah, she'll go for the meat options. Being a dragon,
Yeah,
you know.
that makes sense. I can get behind that.
Though she also does like fruit, so meat and fruit, a good lunch. And she'll invite Valerie to sit with her over lunch.
Yes, definitely. Valerie is scoop up a ridiculous amount of food onto.
I mean, she has to feed both herself and snakes, so you know.
Yeah, no, that's very fair. So you've got a bunch of foods.
Yeah.
Cool. That's great. Cara, are you going to use that potion?
Yeah, Noir is looking like they could use, some. I'm just gonna ask them. Do you want something less? It was Mexican, right?
Yes, it was Mexican.
Do you want something less Mexican and sandwichy?
They look up and go, I'm not super hungry, but I'll happily share half a sandwich.
Cool. I'm gonna grab a plate and then pour my potion onto the plate.
Okay, so you use the potion of create sandwich.
Yes.
I will now reveal that your roll was a 6, so it's more sand than witch. Noir just looks at the plate and see there's obviously sand. Like the bread is kind of sandy, and goes, actually, I'm okay, thank you.
It's a sandwich. Ha ha ha.
Is that a flirt roll?
Yeah, why not?
Sure. I was about to say clever and then realised it was really dumb. So creative? Yeah, creative.
Ooh, that's a 9.
That's a 9. Ooh. Despite the fact that your in-person delivery was debatable, Noir actually took to it quite well. It was just like, actually, despite the fact that your sandwich does not look entirely appetizing, that was really cool. How did you do that?
I like cooking and potions in general. I am studying to become a potion master witch.
Mm-hmm.
So
Noir's just nodding along.
I can make cool potions, and sometimes they even work. It's exciting.
Fabulous.
Some work better than others.
You're wrong with Noir goes up by 1. So you get that +1, and so does Noir. So if you note that down, brilliant. In which case, I'm going to call lunch to a close, and a couple of the members of the crew come down and ask you to come back upstairs for the next task. It's very exciting. So I assume you'll all just head up there and be ready to rumble.
Yep. I'm
Yeah.
gonna fly up.
Cool. Roll me. What did we say for flying? Clever. Or-
So when I was trying to show off my skills, it was
I missed the last word of that.
I said when I was showing off my skills, it was, but I don't know if
was
that was
cool.
just
Cool.
because. Yeah.
Okay, cool. If you're just going up normally, I'll just roll cool
Yes.
anyway. Like, just roll it. We'll just see if, like, I won't make it too dangerous.
Oh, it's a 7. That's
Alright,
alright.
cool. You get there fine. Like, there's no issues. You're just flying up sets of stairs, which is not hyper impressive, but you know, it's fine. You did good. Well done.
I'm doing witchy things.
Yeah. Cool. You all make it up there. Congrats. You've made it to the ballroom. The ballroom looks as it did before, except the doors aren't locked. And there is now a massive spinner on the stage. Like, sort of, or in fact, to put it a better way, and to put it in a way that the viewers will be more familiar with,
a
a
wheel?
wheel.
Oh,
There's a really good wheel on the stage.
another one to the oh my god counter, please.
Yeah,
Oh wow,
I'll
I'm
use that.
really looking forward to this one.
And that's going up again. Cool. You all get on stage. Freya gestures over to you and goes, right, the next one's going to be chosen by this wheel. It's going to be great. And then cameras pointing, spotlight set, lights, camera, action. Hello, everyone, says Freya predictably. And welcome back to Monsters on a Cruise Ship. I hope you enjoyed that ad break. You assumed that, like, on the actual show of this, there would be an ad break at this point. We're now going to go to our next challenge of the our next challenge of third fort day. No, that's 14 days. The 2 days. And to find out what challenge it is, we're going to spin the wheel. It's very exciting. She looks at this huge wheel, and I'm going to actually make Freya roll for something now. Okay, cool. Right. In which case, I should spin the wheel and find out what this challenge is. And she goes over to the wheel. It's huge, even compared to Freya. Like, she has to sort of grab onto the side of it and pull straight down, and she stumbles slightly forwards. But the wheel is now spinning. And spinning, and spinning, and tick, 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 tick. Stop. And it lands on a segment called Duck Hunt. And Freya looks at the wheel and goes, oh no. And we open, and you see Dressen, the stagehand on the side, pick up her walkie-talkie and go into it loudly. Release the ducks over. Right. Freya looks at the stage. You hear the sound of quacking, just generally. So what we've done, and like she's laughing nervously at this point because I don't remember if you read my document. Freya's allergic to ducks, so she's gonna have a grand old time. So what we've done, she's like obviously like this is the most nervous you have seen Freya ever. Is we have released 5 ducks around this cruise ship. We're going to split you into 2 teams, and the team that finds the most ducks will win.
I have a question.
Of course.
How big are the corridors and most of the rooms within the cruise ship?
What is this relative to you?
Relative to a large dragon.
Oh, a large dragon. The corridors are not going to have a good time. Most of the rooms should be fine. Let me bring up the map again. So the only rooms I can see you having difficulty with are the tiny little greenhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the puppy room. Probably room 10, the karaoke booth. Probably the gold room.
Can that not fit a dragon in it?
The gaming room. The gift shop of the aquarium and the gym are going to all have difficulty, but the rest of the rooms are going to be fine.
Okay.
To answer your question. So, we can split you into 2 teams. I have where the ducks are located written on my computer. I'm very excited for this. And Freya looks at you all for a moment. And where's my notes on this? Here they are. We'll do it that way. That's more fun. So we're going to have Valerie and Leo on one team, and Eris and Harrison on the other team. Furthermore,
The 2 hunters.
exactly, the 2 hunters, the true duck hunters are one team, and then the nervous people on the other team. But it'll be fine. We're going to have Melody join... we have Melody and Noir actually join Eris and Harrison's team because Leo has a cat, and therefore this will make the teams even. And Bill will join the Valerie and Leo team. So to confirm, Valerie, Leo, and Bill, and Eris, Harrison, Melody, and Noir.
Do we have to catch the ducks alive? Could someone just hunt them?
Can I eat the duck?
Freya.
Can I just reenact the game Duck Hunt?
So Freya looks at this conversation that's just happened, and just as bluntly as possible goes, look, I hate ducks as much as the rest of you, if not more. And she
don't hate ducks. They're just a good snack.
She gently sneezes at the idea of even having to deal with a duck right now. But I need them back alive. This is the one condition I have.
Oh, right.
I need them alive, and I need them back here.
Cool, alive is fine.
You have the rest of the day to do this. Good luck, all. And go. And then the camera's cut, or the cameras stop looking at Freya, and we will start with the Eris, Harrison, Melody, Noir team. What would you like to do? Well, where would you like to go?
Eris is gonna start off by moving herself away from the group before she transforms, just to not accidentally hit anyone.
Okay, sure. I don't think you need a roll for that, so congrats, you are dragon. I guess
Eris is gonna...
You might be dragging the team down. Haha.
Funny.
Bad jokes list.
Eris is gonna do a good sniff, and get into hunting mode.
Cool, you're in hunting mode. Congratulations. I don't exactly know what that means, but that is A-okay.
Time to go hunt some ducks, folks.
Yeah, but please don't kill them. If you kill the ducks, it will be deducted from your score. Deducted. It's added straight to the bad jokes count. Thank you very much, everyone.
My soul.
This round is quackers. Anyway. Cool. So you're transforming. Harrison, what are you doing?
I don't think there's an official thing for this, but I would like to use my lupine senses in order to sniff out the ducks.
Sure. You're currently on the top floor, right?
Yeah, I will just...
That is true. That is a true fact that you're on the top floor.
I'll just start working my way down, sniffing through the rooms.
Are you all going together?
Yeah, I will also give a hearty sniff alongside Harrison.
Cool.
Sniff squad.
I need to... Sniff squad? That doesn't sound dodgy at all. Right, I need to quickly consult my list of ducks. Where's my list of ducks? There's my list of ducks. I'm just going to copy them down to this piece of paper in front of me. Cool. Okay, right, I'm ready for this. That means I can stop looking at my notes for a bit. Sure. Where are you? Let's say you can travel, when you enter the first room that you want to go into, we will swap to the other team, and we'll keep doing that just so then there's a mix of things going on. So, what room would you like to go to first? Currently, you are not smelling anything. If you want to roll clever at any time to try and perceive duck, then you are welcome to.
I'm gonna roll a clever for this floor to see if I sniff anything.
Floor -1 or? Oh no, not -1. Floor 1 or floor 2?
Oh, are we moving down a floor, or are we check? Well, there's not much on this floor. There's just the ballroom and ship controls, and I assume we're not allowed in the ship controls.
The ship controls are locked. Yes.
Yeah. So we'll go down a floor.
Cool.
Because
I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna head over to the zip line.
Okay.
and use the zip line to get a good overhead view of the sports area and the garden, if possible.
Yeah, that sounds great. In which case, let's do that now. You head into the zipline room. You're met by a Gorgon called Matilda, who's one of the members of staff here. She's wearing a hard hat, but it's got holes in it for all the snakes to come out, because that's obviously a very important part of being a
And
Gorgon.
then the snakes have hard hats on now.
Yes, of course. Like, it's hard hats on top of hard hats. And, like, she's like, welcome, do you want to use the zip line?
Yeah.
Brilliant. She points to some protective equipment that you need to wear for contractual reasons and also not dying reasons. So I assume you'll put that all on.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll try and make it as hastily, do it as hastily as possible.
Yep, sure. You speedily put on the. This is the point where I wish I had token. I do actually have tokens for the map. They're just not very good because they squash the image. But I'm going to put down Harrison anyway at the bottom of the zip line, which is actually here because it goes down the floor. Would you like to roll cool for me, please?
Roll cool.
Cool.
Okay. I got a +1 from the burritos, didn't I?
Yes.
Okay, cool. That's just a flat roll then. 4. Awful.
You do not enjoy the zip line. It's not very fun. You get to the bottom, like, fine. There's no, like, issues with how you do it, but now you're slightly shaken by the fact that you've just been on the zip line and that was actually kind of terrifying.
Okay.
It's not ideal. But you land in the garden, and during your excursion, I will give you the fact that you do not see any ducks.
No ducks.
No ducks. So you've gone down the zip line and you have seen no ducks.
If I have line of sight of like the rest of the group, I'll try and like motion to them and do like a big X with my hands.
Okay.
Like a no ducks X.
No ducks X.
No ducks.
While you're on the zip line.
Well, no. Once I've
gotten off the
Everything's
zip
on
line.
the zip line. Just a massive X.
Yeah, I'm on the zip line. I'm like looking around. I see no ducks. I turn around. I do a big old X, and then I slam into the end of the zip line, and that's how I get shaken.
Amazing. Matilda sees your X and shouts "No ducks" helpfully. I don't know who hears that because I'm assuming that Noir and Melody are following you, Eris.
Yeah. I mean, Eris probably hears it with her dragon ears.
Yeah,
Eris is gonna go in the opposite direction to Harrison because, you know,
yeah,
sensible.
Yep.
And poke her large dragon head into the water slide area.
So the water slides are unmanned. They just exist there. Like, they look like good water slides. There is no way in hell you'll be fitting in them. Because, like, they're human-sized as opposed to dragon-sized. From what... Roll me clever.
Yep. Alright,
It's okay. Like, I would have loved to make automated
11.
Oh, you're fine then. I will talk about that in a second. I would have loved to have made automated character sheets for this, but I don't have Roll20 Hyper Pro or whatever it's called, the highest tier.
Yes.
You hear a gentle quacking come from the direction of the water slides.
A gentle quacking.
Yes.
Hey guys.
Melody and Noir sort of turn in your direction, like, what?
I'm gonna gesture towards the water slides. Take one each.
Oh yeah, because they're small enough. Melody's gonna have a grand old time. She's gonna pick out her favourite float from the side and go straight down the cool-looking spiral one on the left, our left. And Noir is less happy with this idea. They would rather keep dry. Do you want to try and persuade them? Because they're just sort of standing there like...
Yes, I'm going to try and persuade them.
Okay, how are you doing that?
Can I do a little bit of dragon intimidation?
Oh, you want to spook Noir?
Yeah.
Sure. I'll have a confidence roll, please.
What is my confidence? Okay. That's an 8.
Okay. Noir is not like Noir's okay. Like they sort of look and they go, I do want the team to win. So what they do is they pull out a blood bag from their, from nearby. I assume they've got a satchel on or something. I didn't describe that. And consume. They suck the blood with 2 C's. Obviously.
This is now an ASMR segment.
Yes,
where...
exactly. Suck. I'm going to stop right now. And they sort of get enough confidence to go down the water slide. They pick the black float, obviously, and they go down the slightly less intimidating looking slide on the right. They're both at the bottom. I will resolve that once we talk about the other team. So Valerie and Leo and Bill and Cookie, what are you doing?
Do you want to split up so we can cover more ground?
Oh, zoinks, guys. We should split up and look for clues.
Okay, so
Valerie, if you don't feel comfortable by yourself, you can also take Cookie with you.
Valerie will absolutely take Cookie, and then she'll give Leo nod. One of the snakes is going to be like, "You just the nutties are like, yeah, you probably just made her whole day." And then one of the snakes starts shouting, let's go get them sons bitches. And then Valerie's going to yelp and then start running off and try to look for ducks.
Cool. Which way are you running? Pray tell.
So where are we right now?
Currently, you're in the ballroom still. So you could, the other group went to the zip line and water slides. You could go. You could take the stairs, or you could take those as well.
I'll go to the puppy room, the DIY restaurants, and the theatre.
It's going to take a while to get there, so maybe you want to explore somewhere on a higher floor first.
Well, you said the other team went to the zip line and the water slides.
Yeah, and that's on floor 1, and you're currently on floor 2.
I guess I'm going to go to floor 0 then, and then go to the sports and water park.
Sure thing. Right, who's going where? Just to get clarification. So, where are you going, Valerie?
Sorry, did you ask me? My connection went bad for a second.
No, I was asking Valerie. It's okay.
Cool.
Valerie, which one did you go to? The sports or the water park? You're saying?
Let's go to the sports.
Cool. All right. So you and Cookie go to the sports area. I'm not going to make you roll clever to see the fact that Harrison is like going straight down a zip line. Like Harrison has landed by the time you exit this exit and arrive at the head of the sports center of the sports area. What you see there is on your left. There's a tennis court. It's just like a normal tennis court. It has tennis rackets and tennis balls and one of those machines that shoots the balls. And then to the right, there's a volleyball court with a couple of beach balls and volleyballs and like a big net, and it's all delimited by sand and that sort of thing. I will give you for free that there are no ducks in this area.
So Barry's gonna think, and she saw Harrison zipping down, and while the snakes, that's me standing at the time saying, it'll be good if we, took care of that guy up there. And Barry's like, well, what do you mean? Well, I just give like, oh, you know what I mean? It's what they call it, dog world, right? If you want to be on top, you want to press that dragon girl, you're gonna have to get your hands dirty.
Flirt.
That she's talking to herself.
Cool.
Barry's going, but that's horrible. And then that snake's going like, hey, well, you think they're not doing the same to you? And then the other snake is going to pop up and say, yeah, like that time you trip, or you think that was a coincidence? I don't think that was a coincidence. I bet they're all against us. Okay, shh. What are you suggesting? As Snake says, all right, fortunately for you, I got a plan. Well, you're going to have to take matters into your own pretty two hands because the rest of us sure as hell ain't got any. So, here's what you're going to do. You're going to go to that restaurant. You're going to pick up some of that spicy food. You're going to scatter it around. The guy's werewolf's got a sensitive nose. It's going to mess with his senses. And then you get the advantage. Valerie's going to look left and right, but Any questions? Fine. And then Valerie's going to start making her way towards the DIY restaurant.
Okay, cool. We'll deal with that in a bit because that's a lot of actions and some people haven't taken any, so we'll get there soon. Leo, what is happening with you? Valerie has sprinted down to the entrance of the sports area, essentially.
Yeah, so I didn't want to interrupt you, but as well, Valerie is sprinting down. Can I yell to Cookie one thing?
Yeah, of course.
Just catch the ducks. As long as they're alive, it's fine.
Please don't maul the ducks.
Freya said alive is perfectly fine, so I'm sticking to that.
Yeah, cool. Well, regardless,
and
it's
then,
currently you and Bill.
Yeah, Bill is... I don't know, Bill can do cool Bill things.
Bill might do cool Bill things, depending on what you ask him to do.
As much as I'd love to search together with you, I think we'd be splitting up, but I'm gonna...
You see Bill's face turn so sad at the word splitting up.
But I'm gonna take my broom
He's
to go
sad,
down
Cara.
fast and...
He's sad.
Let me finish.
No, he's sad.
And I can take you with me on another ride if you want.
He's less
For a bit,
sad
at
now.
least.
He's less sad. He looks at you and goes, "Where are we riding to?"
So my plan was to make duck mating sounds and then go to wherever the ducks reply.
So, okay, where are you standing to make these duck mating sounds?
I want to fly on my broom just around the ship and make the duck mating sound.
Okay, so you're travelling faster. Sure, I'll accept that. Where are you flying exactly? I know you said around the ship, but, like, where?
So, off the balcony from the ballroom.
Okay, that's interesting, but keep going.
Why is that interesting?
That's the reason, keep going.
Great. And then maybe around the, the floor 1 and 2 they're kind of like a tower, right? Because
so
floor 0 is bigger.
Yeah, so floor 0 is like the it's the ground floor of the ship. It is the lowest floor that is that gets sunlight effectively.
Cool. Then I want to do a round around floor 2 and floor 1 and then fly over the water park because they're ducks. I would assume they like water.
Okay, cool.
And then make duck sounds, duck mating sounds.
So I'm going to ask you to roll creativity to work out the effect of your duck
Thank you.
sounds.
Also, my hobby is animals. Does that give me...
Oh, go on then. Your hobby is animals. One of you was talking about taking ducks as a hobby at some point. I'm very glad you didn't.
Oh no, it's an 8. That's still alright, but with a +3,
Yeah.
There was so much potential.
So there was so much potential, and you missed it. You didn't get any of it.
Maybe that's the duck that Eris heard.
With all due respect, I don't think Eris is that stupid.
I'm really good at animals.
Savage.
Yeah, but you're not very good at duck mating sounds, apparently. You try your best to make a duck mating sound, but instead of sounding like a quack, it sounds like sort of someone took a duck and squashed it. They just sort of stepped on it and like, meh, rather than a good duck
And I like
sound.
the squeaky toy.
Yeah, like a squeaky toy that's trying to be a duck but failing miserably.
Isn't an 8 a success?
It is kind of, but also
Okay.
I'm really enjoying giving this sad duck
Fair.
sound.
I would like to end up in the kitchen eventually, flying.
Sure.
Flying.
What I will give you for an 8 is, despite your questionable duck sound, whilst you're over the water park, you do hear a return quack.
Oh gosh, I can't drop Bill because he's not waterproof.
He's very much not waterproof, yes. He is a cyborg. He will have a very bad time if you do that. But what I will do at this point is spin around to Eris and Harrison.
Yeah.
Or Eris and Harrison? Eris
That's
and Harrison.
right.
So, Eris and Harrison, what be happening?
Yeah. So the other two have gone down into the water park, right, via the slides.
Yes, that's correct.
So I'm going to assume that they've got that duck covered, So
Sorry, I love
I'm
the idea of having a duck covered, but please continue.
so I'm gonna take my head out of the water slide room and go to where Harrison has ziplined down, and I'm just gonna fly down because a dragon has got no time for a zipline when they have wings.
Sure, I will say you land about there-ish. I've put you on the map. It's not very clear, but
Yep.
there.
So I'm gonna
Whilst you're doing that,
jump over to where Harrison is and ask him what he wants to do next.
Valerie,
Can he-
the restaurant.
Hey, can you sniff any ducks? No ducks?
Harrison is just going to be like brushing himself off after colliding with the garden, and he's going to say, "I couldn't smell any ducks, but maybe they're down below deck."
I guess that wasn't very deductive of you. Fifth bad joke. Thank you very much.
Huzzah!
Okay.
This
So
entire exercise is how many jokes can I pull off about ducks. Sure. Keep going. Sorry.
So I assume that we're gonna head down another floor.
Yeah.
Although
into the
actually
bake-off tent as we go past.
yeah, because we haven't actually poked our head in there.
Mm-hmm.
And they're in the water park. So yeah, I guess we'll poke our heads into the bake-off tent.
Sure, I'll move you. You both get there, and we'll end it with you looking in the bake-off tent. Can I have a clever roll from either or both of you? Just some.
Yeah, I'll do.
You're both looking into the bake-off tent and trying to find a duck.
I got a 6.
Okay.
And I got a 5.
So those are both fails, which is always good. It means I can say there are no ducks that you perceive in this room, but you do see it is the Bake Off tent. It has, as you have probably seen on Great British Bake Off, a desk for each contestant with an oven in it and some drawers and other bits and bobs and a couple of fridges to the side and all that sort of jazz. They've literally taken the Bake Off tent and pitched it inside this cruise ship.
Sounds fun.
There you go. Cool. Now let's. This is going to be interesting because I have to sort of determine who's going to be quickest out of Melody, Noir, and Leo to get a duck. So just in case it wasn't obvious, there is a duck in the water park. For reference, this duck is having a great time, just sort of bobbing along, nicely, quite near the entrance of the water slides. So, yeah, I think there's... Actually, Cara, can you give me a confidence roll?
Why is it confidence? Yeah.
Because that's what I said. Because this is about speed.
Yeah, no, confidence is not great. Is this still animal handling?
No. Because this is you. I'm gonna give it to you that you've seen the duck,
okay,
in the commotion. But you at this point, it's beelining towards the duck.
It's a 7.
Okay, that's a weak success. I'm gonna roll for Melody because I feel like if anybody's going to catch this duck, it's going to be Melody. Yeah, Melody gets the duck. So Melody exits the slide in record time, immediately sees the duck, sprints over there, and just picks it up underneath her arm. Super
Duck
speed.
got.
Duck got. Ba-da-da-da-da-da, and I've written a D next to Melody on my sheet of notes because she has collected 1 duck.
She has got the D.
She has got
the
a D.
Adding to the counter. I assume, what are you doing, Cara, given that you've sort of seen that happen in front of you and been like, oh, duck?
I ask Bill to make a really, really loud noise, possibly with explosions if he can. I want to scare the duck.
Oh my god. Okay, cool. Bill is not this kind of person. There's a reason that Mort's on the show as well, because Mort deals with the explosions and Bill deals with the fixing things afterwards. But he will still try his hardest to make...
Maybe he has speakers or something. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be a natural voice noise.
So, Bill thinks about this for a second. Yeah, Bill's fine with this. Bill thinks about it, and instead of going for the loud noise, goes for an alternative approach and finds a heavy stone in one of the many pockets of his utility dungarees. And I'm assuming you're quite high up at this point. He makes sure that nobody's underneath, and he drops it into the water. And there is a very big splash. And now I'm going to roll for duck. The duck keeps its cool and stays underneath Melody's arm.
Okay, fine.
But the duck certainly noticed, and Melody also noticed, and is looking up like, what? What happened? Why was there a splash? And actually, rolling for Melody, she doesn't notice that you're up there, or rather, she doesn't put two and two together that you dropped a stone, and therefore that's what caused the big noise. There was a big noise.
Drop another one.
We'll resolve that in a bit. We'll get to Valerie. So Valerie, you've made it to the DIY restaurant? Valerie?
Again, push to talk.
That's okay. Welcome back.
So, in DIY restaurant, I'm going to try to look, for like spices, anything that'll produce strong smell.
Yep, that seems good. Can you roll...
Clever?
Yeah, go on. Roll clever. Do an investigation check. Roll a d20 plus your no. Please roll me clever.
That's a weak hit.
Alright, you find some spicy ingredients. You don't find that many. If you remember earlier, Anakin used a lot of them for the beef burritos.
Yeah.
But, there's still some vegetarian stuff. And, even if that's not going to be as much of Harrison's jam as... beef burritos, it's still gonna taste good.
And since they're already in that other room, I'm gonna have a look around in the restaurant and the puppy room and then the craftsman's doing an Amazon Superstore. And as I go, further down the ship, I'm gonna sprinkle this spice here and there to try to create this strong smell that might that might mess with the senses of those who are relying on their smell in order to hunt for the ducks.
Sure. All right, we're going to do these one room at a time, just so everyone has a chance to keep going. So we'll start with the puppy room, if that's okay?
Yeah,
cool.
Look for ducks.
You enter the puppy room. It is full of puppies.
Oh, the poor puppies! You're going to sprinkle spices
I'm not going to sprinkle spice there. Absolutely.
It's literally full of puppies. You cannot see the floor. The floor is puppies. It's puppies everywhere.
Puppies!
There's so many puppies. You don't know how they got their hands on this many puppies. But they're in there. They're all in this room. They slightly spill out.
Can I make a puppy army?
Can you make a puppy army?
Can I crawl them into a puppy army?
Roll charm.
Do I get a +2 because animal care is one of my hobbies?
Oh my god, yeah, alright. But still, charm, please.
That's another weak hit.
Sure, alright, you managed to persuade a few of the puppies to come with you.
Yes!
But also, as you do this, you hear a faint quacking from the corner of the room.
It's a duck! I'm gonna go after it!
Cool. Roll duck. Wait, that's not a stat. Roll... How are you picking up the duck? You've seen this duck, the puppies have sort of parted. It's like the Red Sea of puppies.
I'm gonna get some the food that I had from the DIY restaurant. I'm gonna try to offer it to it to try to get it to come closer to me.
Are ducks okay with spice?
Not spice. Okay. I'm gonna try to do this
in general, birds can't taste spice.
Okay.
But I don't know about ducks. Hang on, quick Google.
Okay, no. So what I'm gonna do instead is I think I'm just gonna how can I do this in a clever way? I'm gonna try to metagaming. Woo. No. What I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try to get close, try to appear calm. I'm not gonna try to grab. I'm gonna try to get close to appear very calm, very collected, and then slide close to it until I can get closer, and start to stroke it a little, and then just scoop it up.
So
if that's not
slide into the duck's DMs, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So
charm?
No, you can have clever for this. I will let you have clever.
Nice. That's a 13.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you do fine. So wait, have you got a duck under one arm and a cat under the other?
I have animal care.
Yeah, but do you have a duck under one arm and a cat under the other?
Yes, I have a duck.
Okay, congrats.
Duck get.
You have one duck. I will write it down on my duck tracking sheet. You did it. You got the duck. This is gonna be interesting though. Cara, quick question about Cookie.
Yeah.
What's Cookie's opinion on ducks?
Well, I told her to hunt them.
Okay, so Cookie is pouring in I'm just gonna say that Cookie's under your left arm, for example. You can swap it if you want, but
I'm just
oh yeah.
I'm just reporting back with some duck research.
Oh yeah, duck facts.
Duck facts. Ducks, same as other birds, do not detect the spice.
Oh, I'm glad.
Birds lack the receptors needed to sense capsaicin. And this is how seeds are dispersed for chilies via birds.
Oh, nice.
Fun duck facts. Thank you for that.
So, Finnbar, to get back to you about Cookie, she wants to hunt the duck, but she also knows Valerie's on our team, so she will leave the duck be.
Okay, she's probably going to paw gently in the duck's general direction, and also, as John sensibly pointed out in the chat, you've just entered a room full of dogs with a cat.
Ah, lovely.
So I think Cookie is concerned. Let's go with that. Concerned with capital C.
I think Cookie would like to leave the room again.
I expect Cookie is sort of pouring at you to leave, Valerie. Push to talk.
Valerie's good to quickly make out with the duck.
Oh god, I took that a different way for a second there. Oh god.
Yes,
oh god.
Leave with the duck.
Yeah.
You leave the duck room, and I hope chat is going wild. But I will. Oh my god.
Ah!
All right, let's continue. Right, that's Valerie done. Cara had a time with attempting to get that duck, but didn't. So we will go back to the dashing duo of Eris and Harrison. What is happening? You have entered the bake-off tent. You did not see any ducks.
No, we did not see any ducks. And
I guess we're going to continue going downstairs.
Yeah,
You're
I'm going to stay
fucking
faithful.
Excellent.
Yeah, so I guess we head downstairs. So what is on the next level?
Let me move this slightly down so you can see the text.
Yeah. So can we do a sniff when we get down the stairs to see if we can smell anything?
Yeah, of course. So I'll plump you here for now.
Yeah.
Or does anything happen with my snake's devious plan?
I don't think you didn't sprinkle this area, did you?
Oh yeah, I didn't sprinkle the puppy room.
So, well, not the puppy room, but also where they've just arrived. Essentially, the landing of floor minus.
The DIY restaurant I would do everything that's not the puppy room whilst I'm going through it.
All right. So currently you can't smell. I'm just checking my notes. Yes, currently you cannot smell anything in particular.
Am I still shaken?
No, you're all right now. You've
cool.
had your time looking through the bake-off tent, and you calmed yourself down a bit.
Alright, so we can't smell anything. I rolled a 7, and
I rolled a 3 on us.
Harrison rolled a
Anakin has no clue what's going on. Eris.
Mine was a weak hit, right?
Yeah, yours was a weak hit, but you still don't smell anything at the moment.
Yeah. So, okay, so we've got the gold room and the theatre/cinema. For some reason, the gold room has not been built big enough to accommodate a dragon.
It's good. We couldn't fill it with that much gold.
So Eris is going to longingly put her head inside the gold room.
So predictably, the gold room is filled with gold.
Yep.
I know this might surprise you, but it is. It's very exciting. It's got basically lots of gold bars, bits of jewellery, which are sensibly clamped down so you can't steal them. And the gold bars are pretty heavy. Just if anything that you want to be gold is gold in that room, with exception to the ceiling, because I don't know, they couldn't be bothered to do the ceiling.
I'm gonna like stick my head inside the gold, momentarily distracted, before remembering that we're looking for ducks, and I'm gonna have a look around the gold room for a duck.
Cool. Roll duck. I think we're saying clever. Yeah, let's say clever.
Apparently, duck is +2, so
Oh my god.
I mean
No, you
that's
rolled a 6
right.
and a 2, so it's 8.
yeah, duck
Duck is
zero.
+0.
I mean +2 is correct for my clever, so
Okay,
duck
so you
was
got
accurate.
a 10. Oh. So you don't find any ducks, but what you do find is a clipboard.
Oh,
There's, I assume you'll want to look at it. It's got what looks like accountancy sheets on it.
okay.
So it's it's got. If you skim through it, I'm not going to make you roll clever for this first bit. I assume you don't have a past with accountancy in any way, shape, or form.
No,
Okay, cool.
definitely not.
Cool. That is a shame because that would be quite helpful right now. You look through the list and there's all of the different rooms on the ship are listed along with lots of negative numbers.
Okay.
I'll let you roll clever if you want to try and discern more from this sheet.
Yeah, I'll roll clever.
Finnbar.
Yeah.
That's a 12.
I don't want to hurry up or anything, but it is. We are technically supposed to end in 2 minutes.
Anakin, it's fine if we end
No,
at 15,
we have
right?
half an hour more.
Yeah, we have until 1:30 till Animal Crossing starts. So we could always do.
We finished
include
Duck
quarter
Hunt.
past. Yeah, we'll try and finish Duck Hunt as quickly as possible. So you perfectly understand this sheet. It's a balance sheet for the cruise ship, and it's so you know how it was billed as no expenses spared.
Yep.
So then take the word no, circle it a few times, draw some arrows around it, and there is no money left. According to that sheet, the money is not real. There is no money. But that is.
So
what
we're
you
not
see.
getting those honeymoons after the show.
No comment. It's also it's got Monica's name on the back of the clipboard.
I'm gonna it's not easy to pocket something when you're a dragon.
No, I get that.
I'm gonna take the sheets of paper off the clipboard.
Okay.
I'm gonna fold them up and keep them in one big claw.
Okay. Yeah,
for now.
No, that's fine.
I might have to drop them if I need to catch a duck.
Yeah,
but...
that's fine. Cool. Congrats. You have got some balance sheets. Harrison, what happened?
I think seeing as Eris has gone into the gold room, I should go into the theatre and cinema.
Cool. You do that. Congratulations. You are in.
And have a sniff around.
Yep. So as you enter, there's a sign above the cinema which has all the various films that are being shown at the moment. Do I have a funny joke prepared? I can't remember. I hope I have a funny joke prepared. Oh, they're showing War Stars. If you remember that film, the one about R2D8 and C3, the bot that's really good at what's it called, the Heimlich maneuver, and all those sorts of things. And there's also a film called Love Turns to Stone, which is a lesbian flick about two gorgons dealing with their powers. But you enter the fifth cinema.
Mm-hmm.
And I will let you roll to try and find a duck. It's pretty
9.
dark
Ooh.
in there.
It's a weak hit.
You hear a gentle quacking from the second row.
I'm
close
gonna go
to.
after it.
Cool. You waltz towards the second row and you find, sat there watching the film, a duck. How are you? I'm going to guess you're picking up the duck. So how do you lift the duck?
I'm gonna try and do like a dog does and literally get real low and get to sneak towards it, almost like a panther about to pounce.
Yeah.
And then I'll just in fact I'll sneak behind in the row behind it, and then like jump up and just lift it out of the seat from behind, and then have it under my shoulder, under my arm.
Roll confidence, because it seems like a pretty grand gesture, to literally unseat a duck.
8.
Yeah,
weak hit.
The duck is very disappointed that you've distracted it from its film, and he's sort of flapping around like no, that kind of thing, except not saying no because it's a duck.
Yeah, I'll
if
like
you
growl
could
at
speak
it.
English, it would say that. You're gonna growl at it. Cool.
I'll be like, "Arr."
Cool. The duck is politely silenced.
Politely? I don't think that was very polite.
There was no politeness in my growl.
I mean, the duck is politely shutting up, basically. you weren't polite in the slightest. The duck, on the other hand, that duck is going to stop now. But yes, duck acquired. Cool. I think we haven't talked to Leo for a while. So, Leo, what happening? Cara?
Yeah, sorry.
This game?
How much time has passed approximately
Since
since we started the duck hunt?
That's a very good question.
Like, does it make sense for me to make a potion? A potion takes 10 minutes to make, and if we spent like half an hour, I would say yes. But if we just spent 10 minutes, then
I
probably
would say
no.
it's probably close to 15, so I would be hesitant to spend more of that time making a potion. It's quite a bit.
Right.
It's like the cruise ship is long. It's the simple instruction. It's long with 3 O's. Or wait, no, it'd be 3 N's, wouldn't it? Otherwise that's long. Anywho. Yes, it's been a while. Or, sorry, it hasn't been a while, but if you were to make a potion, it would take a while.
Shoot, that's not great. But you know what? This is a dating show, not a duck hunting show, right?
That is a true fact, yes.
I think Leo kind of wants to impress Bill.
Go on.
Are there... do I think that there are potion ingredients in the bake-off tent? Because that's readily available in my
Oh,
brew,
that's a very good
while
question.
the kitchen is not.
Yes, exactly. There are probably some. Like, so obviously baking is different from cooking. That is a true fact. But I would say that...
But you probably use bread, and I want to make a potion to attract duck.
Oh, that's a fantastic idea. Yeah.
Bread is bad for ducks.
But it still attracts them. I would
It's
say there is
not healthy,
bread
but-
is readily available in the bake-off tent.
Oh my god.
Uptick the counter.
Yeah, I've upticked the counter.
Okay, then I turn right to Bill and ask him, do you wanna see how potions are made? It's very exciting. We can make a duck pheromone potion to attract some ducks.
Is bread duck pheromone?
No,
But you assume it's an
attracts
ingredient.
ducks in other ways.
Is that a flirt roll, Cara?
To Bill, yes.
Oh, excellent.
Can I also flirt with the duck? I'm not.
So, I don't know who's on Discord right now, but please quote that. The duck does not have a stat block, but I'm happy for you to try. The duck also does not have a type or hobbies.
I mean, there's not even a duck around yet, but
Yeah, you lack a duck, I'm afraid.
Aw, sad. What do I roll? This is creative, right?
Yeah, I'd say it's creative.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, go on. You can have creative roll.
Plus an 8.
Do you want the shaken option or the +1 option?
The +1 is just +1 to my next roll, right?
It's your next flirt, specifically.
No, I want the shaken option.
Cool. How do I make you shaken here? Oh, I know how to do this. So you're flying around.
I can.
Oh no, you first. Sorry.
Also, I can have performance anxiety about my potion.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
But your option, like you
So I was
going
to suggest that while you fly down there, it's a bumpy ride.
I prefer that.
Sure. In which case, you're flying towards the bake-off tent. You successfully make it, but not without hitting a few door frames and like generally having a bit of a dodge time. But you made it. Congrats! You're in the bake-off tent, and you are definitely shaken.
Like shaking and rum, right?
Yes. Yeah. You get the +1.
Cool.
Right.
I. Sorry. Now.
All's good. Are you gonna try and make a potion then?
Yeah.
Cool. I believe the roll's clever. Oh, but I made the roll. You have made a potion of some effectiveness. What's your modifier, sorry?
+2.
Okay, cool. You've made a potion of some effectiveness.
Also, if my animal hobby plays into that.
Go on then. Yeah, sure. Go on.
Yeah.
Cool, you've done that.
Oh,
I'll move you, sorry.
Yeah.
Bop.
I'll tell Bill to just,
Exist. What?
Yeah.
Cool.
Near me.
He watches. He's pretty impressed. Not gonna lie. Like, he is like big on making things, and this is the kind of thing that he doesn't know how to make. So he's looking on like, ooh, this is cool. I'm really like, this is legitimately interesting. So now I'm going to go to two characters who we haven't talked about much. Melody and Noir are currently in the water park, just existing, because they don't really know what to do.
Come on, guys, have some initiative.
Oh, go on, this is going to be funny. So... Noir, in their infinite, what's their... this is good. This is dangerous, but I'm going to do it anyway because it'll be funny. I keep saying Bill. Noir, in their infinite charm, turns to Melody and goes, "So, you doing anything tonight?" Melody does not respond well to this. Melody basically goes, "Yeah, I'm busy," and shuts down Noir within about 0.8 of a second. So
bitch.
That's what they do, and then Melody and Noir remember that they're meant to be hunting ducks and head downstairs to the landing near where you two are.
Yeah.
Cool. Valerie, what's happening?
Okay, so I'm gonna start moving up. I'm gonna move up into the craft studio. I'm gonna look for ducks while sprinkling some of this spicy food that I found.
Sure, you went to the craft studio, and this area is the area in front of the stairs on both of those floors is sufficiently spiced. You're in the craft studio. There's lots of tables, a couple of pottery wheels, like a what's it called? Hot fiery place for pottery. That's the one. Paints.
Well, are there ducks? Sorry.
Oh, are there ducks? That is an excellent question. I'd like you to roll duck for me, please.
What does a roll duck involve?
Clever, because you're trying to spot a duck.
Oh, it's killing apparently. That's what you're looking for.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, kill. But I want to see your duck roll.
Fuck. That's supposed to be a.
Yeah, that's well, it's fantastic regardless. Like you've successfully identified the lack of ducks in this room. There are 0 ducks, and you have 100% confidence that there will never be a duck in this room.
Like, just forever.
Yes,
never.
Like, ducks do not exist in this room.
Right. Cool. In that case, Valerie is going to hop over to the Amazon Superstore and look for ducks in there.
Amazing. Right, we will resolve that in a bit. Next, Cara's done a thing recently, so we'll talk about the crew. Eris, you've left the gold room. It was nice. You had a good time in there.
Yeah, I really did.
But what are you doing now?
What would you? Right. So
it sounds almost like our group of 4 is regrouping, because Melody and they've come downstairs.
I sadly don't
I've got a duck.
So you've come out of the theatre with a duck. I've got some paper.
And Melody has a duck as well.
Melody and Noir have come down the stairs with a duck. So we now have 2 ducks. 2
of 5, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you only need 1 more duck to make the majority of ducks.
So I have a plan. Why don't we go all the way down to the bottom of the boat, as I assume no one else has made it there yet, and search that level. Unless there's any objections. Yeah.
No, I agree.
Is that all 4 of you then?
Yeah.
Cool.
In fact, Harrison
so,
will be like,
well-
race you to the bottom and run off.
Well, so I suppose there's 4 of us, right? 2 of us could go right down to the bottom, and 2 could do floor 2.
There is also a lot in the bottom floor because there's all of the VIP bedrooms.
That is true. Although, are there
Along with
going
the
to be
spa,
ducks in our
the
bedroom?
aquarium, and the gym.
Are there going to be ducks in our bedrooms?
I
Are
mean,
they
they're
off
quite
limits?
comfy.
Is that a question to me?
Yeah. Are the bedrooms off limits?
You say this out loud, and then a voice appears on the intercom, which is most notably Freya's, and goes, "Hello! It's time for correction! I've heard that people are confused as to whether ducks will be in the bedrooms, and I would like to remind you that your bedrooms are locked during the day, as to avoid you just skulking in there. So, while I would love to hide a duck in there just to mess with you all, there are no ducks in the bedrooms. Thank you! Bing bong!" Intercom.
Okay, cool. So I think we should split up.
There's still 3 rooms on the bottom floor.
Mm-hmm. So I think you and I should go to the bottom floor.
Yeah.
And then Melody and Noir can do floor 2.
Sure.
I think that sounds good.
They seem generally agreeing with this. So I will teleport you to the start of floor 3, essentially. Because it is still quite a long way to go, even if you're not searching any of the rooms.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, you can get to the start of the aquarium tunnel.
Eris is going to look at the spa longingly and say, "Man, I could do with a massage right now."
Just to confirm, from what you can see in the aquarium tunnel, which isn't much yet because you're not in it, there are no ducks in the water.
Underwater ducks.
Meanwhile, we'll have... I don't have any spare tokens, so you're just going to have to remember this. That's a different Eris. That's my D&D... that's my D&D Eris. We'll say that Melody and Noir have made it to... What is room 13? The gaming room. Yeah, they have made it to the gaming room. And they're looking in there, and I will not comment on what happens in the gaming room. Because what happens in the gaming room stays in the gaming room. So with that, let's go back to Leo. Congrats on your potion that may or may not be effective.
Nice.
We're missing the romance in favor of duck hunting. Well, sometimes it is what it is.
I mean, also there is now a duck attracting potion, so I'm feeling confident. I'm gonna pour the potion over myself.
You're going to pour the potion over yourself.
And no, I'm not gonna pour it over Bill because I'm aware that Bill is partly electronics.
Yes, exactly.
I would like to not hurt him. So I'm gonna pour the duck attraction potion over myself, so I attract them duck.
Okay. You smell like a mixture of bread and slightly disappointing water.
Okay.
But you don't know how effective that is for ducks because you are not a duck. Just to confirm.
Then I guess we should start looking around the old-fashioned way because as much as this potion could attract ducks, we should also keep an eye out to find them.
Yep. So where are you going?
We already were at the water park, and I think the sports center has an outside area, right?
The sports center, sorry. Yeah, the sports are all outside.
I want to check the garden.
Okay, yeah, sure. You go to the garden with Bill.
Yeah.
I'll just say you get there. Congrats, you did it. Yep.
So can I just there is a move that's try to find the location of a hidden object. Can I just in general?
Which move's that? Sorry.
It says moves.
Oh sure.
And then there are 3 bullet points.
Wait, is this a which
I
move
know
specifically? Sorry.
it is here. No, here are a few tiny examples of things you might want to do that aren't moves, and one of them is try to find the location of a hidden object. You can ask your GM about looking for a missing toy. You'll likely be asked to roll clever.
Yep, and that's correct. Roll clever, so you can roll clever.
Because I'm looking for ducks. Does my hobby?
Yeah, sure, you can have your hobby on that. I've been quoted 4 times. Jesus
What
Christ.
is this? It's a 9. I had a +4. But yeah, I'm looking for them ducks.
You so what I'm gonna say that because of your potion, it's slightly more. Your searching is slightly more effective than you expect, but you still do not find a duck there.
Right.
There is a lack of duck.
I mean, not cool. Wow.
Get ducked on.
I guess we go somewhere else.
Cool. Where do you want to go? But we will change over to a next person after you're done with that.
Yeah.
Also, because I'm aware of the time.
Ducks can fly, right?
Yeah, within reason.
I want to check. We're on the ocean.
Yes, that's correct.
I would like to check the outside of the ship.
Sure, I will let you roll clever for this, and then we'll go to Valerie in just a second. So have a think, Jacob, about what you want to do.
You said roll clever.
Yes, please.
B?
What was that?
No, it's not. I mean, it's not really animal related. Well, that's a 10.
Sure. You do not see any ducks on the outside. You see some other birds. They look really great. They're having a good time, but they're not ducks. Cool. Valerie.
So
you're in the Amazon Superstore. What are you looking for? Apart from like ducks, sure. But are you gonna going to a particular aisle?
Well, would I have seen Eris and Harrison sort of walk past whilst I would go to the Amazon Superstore?
Roll clever for me. Give me that.
10.
Yeah, sure. You hear their footsteps as they ran past and then downstairs again. So you're aware that they've gone downstairs.
So Valerie is now a bit torn between looking for the ducks and going downstairs to oogle over Eris, and she's sort of weighing up these two choices in her head.
I'm going to give you an extra thing with that clever roll. You hear a faint quack.
Yes. Where?
Just around. You hear a faint quack. I mean, you were slightly distracted by the fact that you were thinking about Eris that whole time, but there was definitely a quack sound.
Duck. I heard a duck. I think one of the snakes was that was definitely a duck.
Yeah.
Go into the go to that over there, and then Valerie's going to start running off in what she thinks is the direction of the quacking.
Sure. So 2 things happen. 1, you enter the aisle with lots of duck-based goods, including duck whistles and duck leads for keeping your duck in check. Furthermore, there's a duck at the end of the aisle.
So the first thing that Valerie's going to do is her nerdy snake is going to pick up the dog leashes and put it in her hand. And she's going to nod, and then she's going to put one of the ducks on a duck leash.
Yeah.
The one that she has. And then she's going to, the nerdy snake's also going to pick up the duck whistle.
Yep.
And is going to just shove into Valerie's mouth, and then she's going to blink, and then she's going to try blowing the whistle.
Sure. I'm not going to make your snake roll to blow a whistle, because that seems like a pretty trivial thing. The duck notices and turns around and is interested in the whistle. The duck also sees the other duck underneath your arm and goes, "Oh, a duck."
I'm gonna. Well, the duck is now on the floor on the leash.
Sorry. Yes.
I'm gonna blow the whistle again.
Cool. The duck starts walking towards you slowly, slowly though.
Yeah, Valerie's going to slowly approach whilst blowing the whistle, and when it's close enough, she's going to try to leash the duck.
Sure. Roll cool.
Ah, fuck! I'm not good at this. I am good at handling animals,
Yeah,
so
you can have the hobby bonus.
that's a weak hit.
Sure, it takes a while, and with that we'll end that particular scene. But you have a duck on a leash, which means in your possession you have 2 ducks.
Nice.
So that means only one duck is left,
That
right?
is correct. There are 5 ducks and
One duck.
one
Better be
duck.
on this floor.
As the song says, 1 duck, 1 heart. With that, we're going to go to the...
Apparently, there's already shipping in the chat.
Amazing. Why am I not surprised? We're going to go to Melody and Noir, who leave the gaming room after playing some Smash. They had a good time. And they're going to head towards the theatre and cinema, and they see some popcorn, and they get some popcorn. Well, I say that. Melody gets some popcorn. Unfortunately, the only flavour left is garlic flavour, so Noir's just going to look on sadly in a generally vampiric way, and we're going to move on to Eris and Harrison.
Yeah. Okay. Duck hunt, engage. Right. So we are between the spa and the aquarium tunnel. So, one of us can poke ahead into the spa, and one of us can go down the aquarium.
I know about the time, don't worry, Jacob.
It's John is disputing the amount of ducks.
What, does he think there are
Oh,
more
no.
ducks? I promise you there are 5 ducks. I have them tracked on my sheet. Sure,
No, so
sorry, who's
Melody and Harrison have 1, Valerie has 2, Leo doesn't have 1. Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah,
I have-
so our team has 2 and their team has 2,
Exactly,
basically.
and there is a spare duck somewhere.
Jeez, guys, getting carried much.
Sure. So
Wow.
which one of you are going in the spa, sorry?
Well, I mean,
Or
Harrison, do you have a...
I
Okay.
Well, seeing as you want to go on the spa, why don't you go on the spa and I'll go on the gym.
Alright.
Cool.
Alright, so I'll get my dragony self into the spa and sniff.
Sure. Clever.
Yeah.
Whilst you're doing that, Harrison, are you running through the tunnel then or something?
Yeah, I'll run through the aquarium tunnel over to the gym.
Cool.
and
Ares,
have a peek
there are
inside.
no ducks. You're running
No
through.
ducks.
Harrison, can you roll cool for me, please?
Cool.
Yes, please.
Okay. That's a 2.
Cool. I'll remember this. You keep running,
cool.
and then which way are you going, to the gym or the gift shop?
The gym.
Sure. You look inside the gym. Can I have a clever roll, please?
Can I get a bonus? Because one of my hobbies is gym.
Yeah, sure. One of my hobbies is gym.
10.
There are no ducks here, and you're pretty confident of this duck-based fact. However, because the roll was so good, there is a quacking behind you.
Oh! Can I go over to that room then?
What, the gift shop?
The gift shop.
Yes, but we will go to other people now.
Sure.
So, Cara, what's happening?
Leah's just a bit disappointed that she hasn't found any duck and expresses to Bill.
Oh no. Oh come on, there's a good comeback here. Let's do this. I can do this. I'm good at this. Oh, here we go. This is it. Bill turns around and hears your sadness and goes, it's okay. It's not about the size of the duck, but what you do with it.
There's no duck to do.
Exactly. The size of the duck is 0, so it doesn't matter. Is there anything else you want to do?
I was just like, is there anything else you want to explain regarding this matter?
I mean, I was hoping more for, hug to cheer up, but this is fine. I mean, this has some energy, so I am happier again.
Good. I'm glad.
And we're gonna. I don't know that all the ducks have been found, so we're gonna go back the non-magic way, not flying,
Yep.
to go down the stairs
Sure.
and just stroll around.
Sure. Well, say you get to like halfway through the DIY restaurant, you smell a spicy smell. That's all I have to say really on the matter. Jakub, is there anything in particular you want to do?
Yes, I would like to find Melody and brag to her about the fact that I found 2 ducks.
Yeah, that seems fair. Roll clever for me, please.
Okay. Fuck.
What is it?
No, I just accidentally opened the Chrome.
Oh no. RAM sounds intensified.
8.
Oh, 1 + 4 + 3. Now that is a duck roll. You are aware that they have headed this way towards the popcorn area.
Yes, I'm gonna go there.
Cool. You walk your ducks along there. You're a bit slower than usual because ducks aren't that fast.
But yeah, I'll just give you like, hey, how much luck have you been having with your ducks? Because, you know, and then she's going to show off the 2 ducks that she has on the leash. Be like, you know, we've been doing pretty good. You know, pretty good, yeah. Yeah.
She looks...
Yeah.
I know how to do it. She looks at you and just goes, oh, are you compensating for something?
Valerie blushes over. And, no. One, the sassy they go like, wait, you what? Oh, you antsy patsy little holler. The artist is gonna be like, what an incongruent, boorish fool.
Sure, I'm gonna leave you to argue with Melody. Eris, the spa had no ducks in it. What are you doing?
Yeah, no duck spa. I'm gonna hurry along and try and rejoin Harrison.
Sure. Can you actually? I'm not gonna ask you to roll a clever roll for this because I think it's pretty trivial. So earlier Harrison rolled a really bad cool check.
Yep.
It turns out he dropped the duck, but fortunately it's here and didn't notice. Fortunately, it's still in the aquarium tunnel in front of you.
Okay, I'm gonna gently scoop up the duck. It's a bit difficult when I'm in dragon form because I need to hold it in one front paw and then do a 3-leg shuffle, but...
That's fair. Are you going to try and, like, charm the duck to be, like, happy with this, or just...
I mean, I don't think the duck could escape my claws.
That's a fair point. Congrats on your new duck. Moving on.
Yeah.
I have one more thing I want to do when that time...
Sure, that's fine. Harrison. You're in
I would like
shop.
to collect duck.
Yes, you collect duck with what are you how duck?
I'm gonna like I don't know. I mean, where can I see where the duck is? Is it
So this is a gift shop, so it's got like, you know, the little books about fish and like a stack of fish plushies in a basket. And it's just sort of on the floor between some of the baskets, between some of the tables. It's near a table. It's not holding a knife, so it's not like the Untitled Goose Game screenshot. But if you give it a knife, it would hold one.
is it possible for me to grab a basket and like scoop it up with a basket?
Oh, totally. Yeah. Can you roll...
Basket.
Roll basket. No, roll cool, please.
Okay. 5. Oh, very good.
Okay, you try and get the duck with the basket by sort of like turning it upside down and landing, like sort of like an almost like an ethical mousetrap kind of situation.
Yeah.
And you miss. The duck sort of goes wah and moves slightly away. Still there. Though.
Yeah. I'm just gonna try and like, I mean, it's probably too small for this, but I'm gonna like tackle it and like. Almost like pick it up like a football.
Sure.
An American football.
Roll confidence because that's definitely a confidence thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm going for. Ugh, 7.
For the sake of time, I'm gonna say that you have got the duck. And
okay.
With that, a klaxon sounds.
Just hang on.
Yeah.
Does Harrison realise that he's lost his other duck in the process of collecting this one?
At this point, I assume that. Like, there's a point where you pick up the basket with 2 hands when you were trying to put it on top of the duck, and you realise that one of those hands should have had something in it. So you can say something like, "Oh fuck, I lack a duck."
Wow.
I don't think my rhymes are that good, but Harrison will certainly go, "Oh," and then tackle the duck, and then run out of the gift shop looking for the other duck. See
Only
that the
to
dragon
find
has it,
me holding duck.
and then give a
GG.
thumbs up.
GG.
And then a klaxon sounds, and we will stop the session there because I'm aware of how much we've overrun. Like, the next thing would basically be going back to the ballroom and Freya going, "Wow, you got some ducks. Good job at you." But yes, I think we will leave it there and quickly go to a very, very short interlude, Anakin.
Very, very what?
A very, very short interlude because it's already 32
Yes.
minutes past. We could even move on to the next segment immediately, but I think there may be a donation or two to read out. I don't know if the top of my head. But thank you everyone for playing. I hope that was ridiculous.
Thank you for running. It was amazing.
That was good fun.
That was great.
Good shifts. I feel like the battle lines have pretty much been drawn as to who's going to.
So I'm very happy to run essentially the second day of this another time, possibly even on stream, because it would be cool. And now I know how
We
to
should
stream.
definitely do it on stream.
Cool.
We've got invested watchers.
Cool. In which case we will do we'll do Monsters on a Cruise Ship Part 2 maybe next week at some point. I don't know. Definitely not tomorrow because I will need a nap. And I will stop streaming and hand over. In fact, shall I just stream the donations bit or something? Given I'm here
Yeah,
already?
you go for it.
Sure.
Could do, yeah.
I'll keep this.
Alright.
I'll keep this short. Anybody who doesn't want to be involved in this donations bit, you can leave.
Bye bye.
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 Thank
See
you
ya,
everyone
thanks
for
for playing.
watching. It was really lovely to have people involved. 10 ducks out of 10. That is the highest. That is the highest praise I can receive. Right. Donations. We've got one new donation since we last. Hang on, I'm going to refresh the page just in case we got one extra donation. We're at 105.5% of our goal, which is pretty impressive. That's a big number. I'm really good at this. We've got two donations. I'm glad I refreshed this. We have a donation from Orilos. Yeah, Orilos. Which just says, you're doing great, keep up the good work, which is really lovely. So thank you, Orilos. It's great to hear from you. And we've got a other donation, that was for £10, by the way, which is a serious amount of money. And then we've got a donation from Seb, as in our CCG's rep, Seb, who says, "Well done, the stream looks really good. Could I possibly have Rockin' All Over the World on Kazoo for £10? My simple answer to that is yes, but not right now, because I'm aware we need to move on to the next part of the stream. Have I missed anything? I would spin the wheel, but I don't have the wheel loaded. I've got an origami.
Yeah, we can do wheel spins later.
Yeah, I've got an origami frog,
Yeah.
which I put a picture of on Discord. They're pretty cool. I like me some origami frogs. I really enjoyed that, actually. That was a really fun piece of origami. Reminder of the donation incentives. If you donate anything, you get a shout out in the newsletter and read out like this. If you donate £5, you get a song on Kazoo of your choice, or more, obviously. I'm not going to look at £50 donations and go, no, you cannot get a Kazoo song. For £20, you get a chibi art from Eris, who drew all of the things you see on your screen right now, except the map. The map was me.
My poor hand.
Hopefully their hand will be okay. You've still got some slots left, right, Eris?
I should have a couple.
They're going. Donate £20 and you get art. It's good. It's really good. You should
I
do
think
it.
I have a couple of slots left.
That's more than 0, so you should donate. Have I forgotten any other incentives? Oh, apparently we'll spin the wheel a bunch, but I'm not doing that right now because I'm aware of how much we overran for Animal Crossing, which is next. Yes, Rate My Island is the next segment featuring
Us.
Us. And Nathan, more importantly, who's going to be running the segment. We'll then have Judge and the Judgment from 7 p.m, which is Eris again, because apparently they really like doing stuff on Sundays. That's the magic segment. I don't entirely know what that's going to involve, but
we'll be doing a draft on Magic Arena, and just trying to win as many games as we can from our one draft. Hopefully we won't suck.
Famous last words. And then at 8:30 we've got the Table TED Talk scheduled, which includes myself and Eris
Yep.
I haven't
maybe
finished-
Jacob.
Maybe Jacob, although I think no, Jacob's pulled out of that, which is a-okay because he's got a lot on his plate to run. But we will try and run some TED Talks. I still haven't finished writing mine, but that's a-okay. You know, it's gonna be fun. It's about
You just run an RPG. It's
yeah. I
fine.
could just run. I could just quickly pull a one-page RPG from upstairs and run that. But regardless, it's going to be really good. Maybe Eris and I will improvise some talks afterwards if we need to fill the time somehow. I don't know what's going on. It's going to be madness.
I mean, I
Bring me
could
in
do
and I'll
another
talk about
Bob
Star
Ross.
Wars.
You could do another Bob Ross. Oh, I'd love a Star Wars talk. I was joking that I could do a
On
talk
why
about
it's-
relationships and game theory, but that we'll see. I don't know how much time mine and Eris' actually planned talks will take.
We'll see.
And then after that we have DD&D, which is a discussion, the music, D&D.
Drawing
music.
discussion.
Drawing, that's the one.
The
Drawing.
music.
The music. That's at 10 p.m. and then at 11:30 we have Jackbox Party Fun 2, Sleepy Boogaloo. It's very exciting. And we'll have the closing ceremony at 12:30, which isn't going to be much of a ceremony, let's be honest. But thank you so much everyone for tuning in to what can only be described as the maddest RPG I've run and or devised. If you want stuff about it, talk to me. Thank you very much. There'll be intervals throughout the rest of the segments for the actual kazoo things. I promise I will do your kazoo segment at some point, Seb. I promise.
We're on catch-up mode.
We're on catch-up mode.
We're getting there.
And with that, I'm going to call it quits. Nathan, if you can hear this, get ready to stream.
You'd better get your ass over to Nathan's Island.